What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. We are here to discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6 reunion. Come on in, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I still have my mouth open from this reunion. I could not believe how good it was. It was actually really good. It was probably, I have to agree, I think it is one of the best reunions that they've had because they all seem it was just they all seem on. Okay, they all seemed on. But you guys come into the chat. Come into the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. You do have to be a subscriber for at least 1 minute before you can chat. So become a subscriber if you are not, so you can join the fun over there in the chat box. What's up, mods? How are you guys? Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Anyone that you see with a purple highlight on their name or a wrench behind their name, they are our mods. Anyone you see with a star behind their name, they are a channel member. You can become both. The links are already dropped, okay? Come on in, everybody. If you guys had an opportunity to see Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, if you didn't see it, put a 3 in the chat. That just gives me an idea of how many people watch so we can know what we got going on here. But I enjoyed this show. Come on in, and you guys can call out your city too, and I will give you a shout out while you guys do that, okay? But I see a lot of you are in here. Come on in, guys. Hey, everybody. Am I talking to myself? I don't know. Need to make sure I can see you. Oh, okay, I see the ones now. For whatever reason, I was slowed up over here. Okay, a lot of ones are in the chat right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I see Springfield, Peekskill, New York, Huntsville, what's up? Lexington, Indianapolis, West Palm Beach. Hey, 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 New York City, Cincinnati, Houston, Baltimore, Philadelphia. Hey, y'all. Long Beach, California, what's up? What's up? Bronx, what's up? Okay. Chicago, hey, what's up? Texas, Barbados is in the bushes. What's up, Barbados? Okay, I see Virginia. Oh, hey, 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 from Dubai. What's up, Dubai? All right, guys, Mississippi, DC, South Carolina, Virginia Beach again. Come on in. All right, y'all, we are about to get it started. We're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville today. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was a great show, you guys. So I don't know if y'all feel the same. I was really enjoying the previews that dropped earlier today, but the show did not give us everything. The previews didn't give us everything. The show was excellent. The UK is also in the house. Oklahoma, what's up? What's up? All right, listen, we're going to get it started, okay? The reunion was horrible and a waste of time, Lisa Butler said. Lisa Butler said, please, she said 20 minutes of airtime, 40 minutes of commercials. Well, somebody got to pay the bills over there. Lisa, they must have thought they had a great product and a whole bunch of people wanted to get involved. So they ended up buying commercial time. Lisa said she was tired of those damn commercials. Ty said, don't start, Diana. What I do? Damn. I can't enjoy the the show. Oh my gosh. Come on now. Come on. We got a super sticker in the house. Thank you, Deidre. I appreciate you. Thank you for blessing the channel. You're amazing. Y'all, come on. Don't be like that. Let the show rock, okay? Thank you, Deidre, for blessing the channel. I appreciate you. Even though Ty over there's cutting up, listen, it was a good show, okay? I liked it, but everybody will get a chance to say what they need to say. I'm gonna put this invite link up right now so y'all can get lined up, okay? Whoever would like to come up and talk about it, they can. I'm gonna give a brief overview first. So let me get this join link up. Y'all keep talking. All right. So hopefully this works. My join link sometime be giving me the blues. Okay. I see it there, but it won't let me pin it for some odd reason. Oh, it's still giving me the blues. Let me try it again. Nope, not letting me pin it as of right now. And I don't know why either. Can't give you an answer for that. Let me see if I can do it back here though. Nope. All right. We'll try again in a little bit. I don't know what was up with that. Sorry. I'm wasting y'all's time with this. So let me go on and get this information up here, okay? Let me put up the little photo. We're talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. So look, I really liked how this show started, including the opening where Carlos goes into everyone's dressing room. I know he does that all the time, but I really like the way the energy felt. Mina Hill, thank you for blessing the channel. She said that Carlos is really hyping Tisha's rehearsed performance. Listen, Carlos saved Tisha a couple of times. I noticed that. Carlos, I see you back there, child. Give me a Give me a second. I see that you guys are waiting to come up. For those of you who saw the link in the chat, I saw that you are waiting to come up. I'm going to just give you guys a brief overview of the show and then I'll bring y'all up, okay? I did see Carlos, carry Tisha for a little bit, child. I don't know what that is about, but I did see it for sure. I'm not sure. What do y'all think about it, okay? Y'all can let me know in the comments. I know when he asked Melody, look, I'm jumping ahead. Let's just get to it, okay? Everybody was in their dressing room. Melody walked in talking about they got it right because they made sure they put Melody Rogers on her door and not Melody Holt, right? But everybody came in. Tisha and Marcel were on time, okay? Tisha and Marcel were on time. That's a big damn deal. Who else? Martell looked a little swollen. He looked much bigger than he had previously. So I don't know if it was from working out or if he just was eating wrong or what. Who else? Tisha and Marceau, Cynthia talking about the champ is here. They had on their little fighting robes. Y'all saw that? Anyways, I thought that was cool how they played that out at the beginning. I thought it was crazy that Maurice stepped on Kimmy's dress, not paying attention to what the hell he was doing. Kimmy almost fell over on her face. When they first walked into the room, they was gathering everybody in. Tisha and Marceau came in next. Y'all saw the dresses already in October. So a lot of people were saying, didn't we see these dresses before? Yes, because a lot of the dresses and stuff they showed us in October when they actually filmed the reunion. Then Stormi and Courtney came in dressed in their pink. You saw them both dressed in like a soft pink. They had someone make their outfits. Martell came out next in all red. Okay. And then Martell was, him and Carlos were sharing the same colors, oddly. And red is a tough color to repeat. So it's crazy that both of them were wearing red, but they didn't talk about it. A lot of people are saying that Kimmy's dress was way too tight. You thought that dress was too tight? Okay. I thought that everybody looked pretty. I thought that their makeup was pretty, excuse me. But I wasn't fond of Tisha's dress. I wasn't fond of her dress. Look, Girlfriend Chronicles said Kimmy's dress looked like she was on Three's Company. Mrs. Roper, damn. Oop. Courtney says she can barely walk. Okay, y'all know that when I'm watching the show, I'm watching and writing at the same time. So I don't see it the way you guys see it that first go round. That's why I always come back with a second one. I make this the open panel so that you guys can discuss it. And then I'll come back in and tell you if I saw something different, which I always do, child. Let's see. I know that Marceau is still terrified somebody is going to let the cat out the bag. Tisha's still blocking anyone from speaking the truth. Okay, we're going to get to that, y'all. I can't wait to talk to y'all about it because I feel like the truth should be spoken by, damn it, now. This is what, 5 years of filming? We should know what's going on by now. But then Melody is announced. She is introduced onto the stage, and you hear Marceau say, Rogers, 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 right? I thought that was interesting because Marceau kind of, cheered Melody up. And then after Marceau's scene, those cameras kept rolling, and we saw Melody cheer for Marceau in a little bit, right? She clapped her hands and was like, "Yay, Marceau, good job, good job." So I thought that that was interesting that they let the cameras roll to show that they are, possibly in a much better place than they were before. But anyway, let's get to it. Melody sits down and Carlos King makes it a point of saying, "You look like you're really happy or you're in a better place." Melody said, "I am in a good mood." And she said, "Everybody seems to be in a good mood." At this point, she even kind of, jabbed at Martell a little bit, saying, "Ain't that right, Martell?" Right? She said, "Ain't that right, Martell?" As if you might be the only person sour at this moment. Martell kind of smiled a little bit, but there was definitely a different energy on stage this time around than we've seen in, the last couple of seasons, right? Let's see. You guys are talking a lot. Y'all moving so fast. Hold on. Let me get this up. Sorry about that. Let me see. Tisha looked like the Green Giant. Okay, a lot of people cannot stand these outfits. Kimmy could barely walk. She had to sit sideways in order to get into her seat. Melody came to slay. I really did like Melody's outfit. I thought it had a lot of showmanship. I liked her hair, her makeup. I thought Tisha's makeup was pretty. I wasn't fond of her dress, and I didn't like her hair. I think if there was a different dress on, I would have liked her hair better though. Um, I like I wish I could have saw Stormi's natural hair because I really like when she wears that little curly short fro. I loved her hair like that. I was sad that we didn't get to see it the way it was the first time. Let's see. Tisha's shoes. Tisha's shoes were looking so heavy. Yeah, they definitely was walking out to sit down for sure. Uh-uh. Martell's Martell's shorts gave yeast infection. Now I am gonna say that when Martell walked out, the first thing my husband said was, "How tight is his pants? How tight are his pants?" Okay. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, anyway. Let's get on with it. So Carlos starts with Tisha and Marceau. He basically said, "Listen, y'all business acumen have been questioned all season." And then we get actual flashbacks, you guys. Now, y'all was saying before, the show does not give flashbacks of, what has gone on during the season. We had actual cuts to flashbacks in this reunion episode. So we got to see Tisha and Stormi get into it. Courtney telling Marceau, everything else, basically calling him a bitch. We got to see a whole bunch. Everything that happened at the Black Expo went down. What else? Pretty much everything. Tisha said that she's tired of people coming for her and that everybody had been coming for her all season long. She said, "I'm done with that. I'm going to speak up and say what I have to say." Now, Carlos said, "Are you sure everybody came for you? Because I don't recall it like that." He was like, I think that you did have a little bit of support for the Black Expo." Tisha said she don't remember it like that, and she definitely said that she felt like everybody came for her. Melody was like, "Listen, I know I complimented you on that expo, so I'm not really for sure where you're coming from here." Marceau shut it down right after Melody starts talking. He was like, "Listen, Melody definitely supported, Martell supported, Marie supported. That's about it." Um, and I really think that Marceau is really trying to run interference between Mel and Tisha for sure. Like he does not want Tisha to cross Melody now that things are in a little better space. That is what Marceau is giving. But Tisha and Stormi, not so much. Tisha and Stormi got into it. Now, when y'all watch the Tisha and Stormi scene, I need to know how you felt about it. Do you think that Tisha was authentic in how she came back at Stormi? Or do you think that, I don't know, do you think that she knew Stormi was going to come for her? Basically, Stormi said, "Listen, at the end of the day, you stole my stuff," right? Tisha's trying to talk about Stormi's business. Carlos King said, hold on, wait a minute. Sorry about that. I'm looking at my notes wrong. Tisha's getting into it with Stormi about the website and how Tisha took information off of Stormi's website. Stormi tells Tisha, listen, that was your fault. You should have, accepted accountabilities, accepted responsibility, and all the rest of it. You never apologized. Tisha went after Stormi and told her that she pops pills. We all thought that that was a line that she was throwing over to her cousin Kiki, but she was actually saying it to Stormi. And I was caught off guard that she said that Stormi pops pills. I'm not sure where that came from. Now, Carlos King bucked his eyes like, damn, Tisha, where'd that come from? And even Marceau was like, Tisha, you're going too far. But what the hell was that about? Do y'all think that there's something to that or no? That's what I want to ask. If you think that Tisha's calling Stormi out and saying that she pops pills, put a 2 in the chat. If you think that Tisha was just saying anything that she could pull out of her ass, put a 4 in the chat. Because Stormi was like, I'm not going to let you think or get away with what you just said. We just couldn't hear anything she had to say because they was bleeping her out. And I was confused as to how Carlos let her say that without any type of accountability. Okay. A lot of people, oh, this is mixed. So there's some people saying 2, there's some people 4. Could be antidepressants. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe so. Yeah, the way she said that and just left it so open-ended was really raggedy to me. It was raggedy to me, but Stormi said, listen, we're not going to pretend like you didn't say what you just said. And I really thought that Stormi was going to jump up, but she stayed in her seat and she kept it cool, even though Tisha really should have, they should have made Tisha responsible for saying something to her. That's what I think. Anyway, Tisha didn't apologize, didn't take accountability for nothing. Carlos basically says to Tisha about the website, if somebody that he paid to do a job for him messed up to that degree and it was all over the internet, he definitely would have made them put something up on their website to take accountability, put out some sort of public, announcement, taking accountability, and she did not. And he tried to check her just a little bit. It was as soft as pudding, though, by saying, Tisha, as a business owner, you are actually accountable. Nobody else, but Tisha wasn't trying to hear it. Anyways, they go from that to Kimmy and Maurice and the faking it scene, which was a lot. Basically, we get Maurice, he gives a rehearsed response or answer like, I realized I was wrong. I should have never said it that way. End of the day, Carlos said, well, we're still going to talk about it. So you can, slow your roll on trying to squash this conversation, even though it was really all they had going on for the season. He said a lot of people thought that you were forcing yourself onto Kimmy by telling her to roll over and suffer through it. I mean, at the end of the day, that was a raggedy ass thing to say. They gave a bunch of flashbacks of how Maurice was, just over the top this season. He kind of took it. He didn't, make a big deal out of it because he couldn't. Marceau ended up saying, maybe you're just bad at having sex at the end of the day, child. Like, let it be. He said that could be possible. And then they moved on to Melody. Okay. And now they're asking Melody, you said you never had a big O with Martell. Martell was offended. He was like, that's a damn lie. Now he tried to play it off like a joke at first, but he really was offended to the point of where the man unbuttoned his jacket and stood up like, what are you talking about? He said he had a hook and a curve. Melody said, I don't give a damn what you got, okay? I faked the big O's just like you faked being faithful, okay? You can take it or leave it, sir. I'm not taking it back. It is what it is, okay? And that's how that scene ended. We ended up getting a bunch of conversation when they went back to their dressing rooms, where Marceau is telling Tisha, listen, I don't like how you handled yourself out there. Tisha said, I don't give a damn if you don't care how I handled myself. She was like, at the end of the day, I'm going to defend myself season after season after season. I've been quiet and it's not been, it's basically one-sided. I'm tired of that. I'm going to start talking from now on. Then we also get a scene from Stormi where Stormi's like, listen, I don't know who the hell Marceau and Tisha think they are, but I don't know them like that. We were the, Beasleys and the Steels way before we came on this show. We had money in our pocket. We were a success. Anyway, they went back. They come back to the stage. Tisha tells Carlos that she feels sorry for Courtney, Stormi's husband, because she said that Stormi has a nasty mouth, and especially towards Black men. So she didn't think that Stormi's safe with his wife. Marceau says that he thinks Stormi is insecure. And Stormi said, if you act like a bitch, I'm going to treat you like one, okay? And she said, Marceau happens to be the biggest one, and he really plays it up when he wants camera time because he's always coming after the women. So that was how that scene ended. Let's see, 733 of you are watching. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. Also become a subscriber and a member if you haven't. All the links are pinned in the chat or posted in the chat. Okay, now we get the women's panel, and Marceau happens to sit on the women's panel because he got into it with the majority of the women, more than Tisha. Okay, Tisha kind of held back. Marceau did all of Tisha's fighting this season, if y'all were paying attention. So, Carlos basically starts with Marceau and said, listen, you tried to diminish Mel's business by saying all she does is sell t-shirts. Melody said, you know what? It's so far from the truth. I laughed at it. I didn't even take it as, an insult. Who gives a damn? But she did throw him a shirt, a double XL t-shirt that said, all I do is sell teas. Now, Marceau thought it was funny. He laughed. He threw it at her. She threw it back at him. Okay. Like, you can go ahead and take that shirt. Tisha said, he'll be wearing it tomorrow. You ain't got to worry about that. Okay. Let's see. Cookie said that that's exactly where Marceau needed to be on the women's panel. Okay. Make no mistake about it. All right. So, then he goes on to ask about, everybody hit that like button. Thank you, Miss Review Hour. So then he starts talking to Tisha about whether or not she was offended that Melody told Marceau the reason why Melody and Tisha aren't friends right now is because Marceau interfered with their friendship because he didn't want Tisha to be friends with a woman like Melody, someone who speaks her mind, who, knows how to handle herself, who is, a businesswoman. He wanted Tisha at home and in the house. Now, Tisha said, no, that's not true. Marceau never said that, never did that. And Marceau knows that she can do whatever the hell she wants. She don't have any problems at home. Now, we all know, Tisha acts like we don't watch the show, but she ends up saying, listen, Carlos was like, well, we can't act like we didn't see Marceau saying XYZ, but Marceau comes clean. He was like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't want a woman who's single, right? A single woman, divorced, out here doing whatever she wants to do, not taking care of the three most important things. And then he said the kids first, right? But he also said he didn't want Tisha to be a strong, independent woman like Melody. He specifically said like a Rogers. Now, I saw someone in the comments earlier saying that was actually a compliment. We all know damn well that Marceau was not complimenting Melody. When he said that was meant as an insult. However, Melody really did take it in stride. She looked at him first like, you motherfucker, okay? She did look like she wanted to spit on him at the beginning. But then she said, you know what? Not even worth it. And she looked at him and said, guess what, Marceau? Uncross your damn legs. That's the reason why you up here, okay? You are sassier than me. And if y'all saw the video I dropped earlier, I said Marceau's leg was crossed. His knee was so high, it was literally by his breast meat. It wasn't a dainty cross. He had the highest hike in his leg when he crossed his damn leg. Marceau's under thigh was showing when he crossed his leg. He didn't take it down either. Now, he did look a little insulted by Melody when she said to take your damn leg down. But Stormi looked completely repulsed. Yes, sassy so, girlfriend. Thank you. Child, all my things is rolling up so fast, I can barely keep up with y'all. Let me try to get this back down here. Okay, here we go. Sassy so, child. Anyway, They had a good laugh. They laugh it out. But 2 seconds after Tisha said that she can do whatever she wants, she can be a boss. She's been running businesses forever, yada, 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 and so forth. Oh, she also said that they were all millionaires on the stage. Whew, after saying all that, Tisha says, oh, excuse me, Carlos King said, well, this season you said you wanted to go back and be a housewife. A damn housewife, y'all. Melody said, let's shut this down right here and right now. Because how in the hell are you going to tell us that you're a businesswoman, that Marceau has no problem with you going out and getting it in the streets or whatever, and then turn around and say you want to go back to being a housewife? What's wrong with that sentence, right? Ciao. And if y'all notice, seriously, Carlos King was taking up for Tisha that entire part of the segment, probably the entire show, but really he like honed in like, well, Tisha's really a helpmate because she has a bunch of degrees and she has a lot of education. And when you come home, you ask, Marceau doesn't ask Tisha any questions. He doesn't even look like he asks her questions. He does not care what Tisha has going on. He does want her in the house, as far as I understand it. Okay. Now, we don't see everything, but what we do see, he does not respect Tisha and what she has going on in regards to education or anything else. For at least, it felt like at least 6 to 7 minutes, Carlos King gave a whole speech geared to lift Tisha up because she didn't know how to defend herself. It was absolutely insane. And Stormi didn't say anything after that. She was just staring at him, okay? She was just staring at him. I think Stormi probably was the most pissed out of everybody on the show, because even when he tried to make a joke like, does every woman on the stage, have you ever faked it? And they all admitted to faking it except for Stormi. She was like, not with my husband. Every single time, okay? Which was hilarious, by the way. I thought that was funny. Anyway, they jumped from that to, who do we go to? We go to Kiki Jabar. Now, this was an interesting scene, and they cut it off right at the good part. So we're going to get picked up next week. They'll pick it back up next week. So a lot of people are saying that you believe they were referring to either depression or anxiety meds for Stormi. I'm glad that you guys clarified that. Somebody said the Stormi was lying too. Tisha was about to lie, though. Marceau is correct. Tisha needs to stay at home and out of the limelight. Okay. He basically said right there on the show that he did not think Tisha should be out the house. He said it. Her place is at home. I'm sorry. Let's see. Jenny B said, I want to know why Carlos King goes so hard for the Scots. Well, Jenny B, that's a good question. Okay. We don't know, but thank you for blessing the channel. We're going to talk about it. You are welcome to come up on stage. I'm going to drop this link one more time and see if we can get it pinned to the front, even though I know there's people waiting in the back. But anyway, we had Miss Kiki Jabar finally come out on stage. They let the original 6 come out first, and they did what they needed to do. And then we had Kiki Jabar come out on stage. And of course, they're having her talk about Tisha. Okay, I think it's pinned now, you guys. You can come up if you don't see it, if you didn't see it before. They asked her to talk about Tisha and the mess that went on all season with you talking about Tisha's marriage. First thing Carlos asked is, didn't you vow not to speak on her marriage again? She said, yeah, but she came to me and asked me a question, and I told her that I was going to do X, Y, and Z, right? They're bleeping out the makeup artist's name. But then Kiki said, or not Kiki, Tisha says, Kiki was going above and beyond. I don't think she was acting like a cousin. I don't think that she was acting like a cousin. And she said, that's because you're too dumb to see it or to recognize it. And then it basically goes to hell from there. We see that Tisha blasts Kiki on stage saying, you're worried about me and what I have going on, when the truth of the matter is that you've had multiple affairs on your husband. Your husband had multiple affairs on you, and You even paid for your husband to go out on a date with another woman when you guys first started dating. And I know a lot of people feel like Kiki was not bothered, but the way Kiki was rocking back and forth, and then she almost looked like she wanted to bounce up and down in her chair. She was giving every facial expression there was, and none of them said that she was okay. She looked kind of embarrassed. You can tell that a lot of shit was racing through her mind. I cannot wait to see what happens next week because I want to see what she has to say. I'm looking forward to her response to Tisha when she comes back, when the show comes back next week. Let's see. Going hard for the Scots because they're fraudulent thieves. Not a good look for the show. Well, child, looks like it is what it is. I think they've all been offered their an opportunity to come back. All right, ladies, I'm bringing you guys up on the stage. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. I need everybody to mic up except for Jocelyn, but we're going to go Jocelyn, then Ty, then Gail, then Lady D, then LaDawn. Okay. So first, Jocelyn, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. Hello, Diana.
Hi, hi, hi. Okay, I see people said I can't wait for Mel to straighten out Betty Kruger.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so
But I really wanted to talk about what you've been talking about a little bit with regard to Carlos and the Scots.
okay,
The conversation between Letitia and Stormy, when Stormy got to the point where she was really going to read Letitia,
uh-huh,
Carlos said, well, we're going to pivot right here
uh-huh.
and shut it down.
I
And
saw
it
that.
seems that and that theme continued, that whenever they were at the point where the conversation would become a little bit tougher for the Scots,
Mm-hmm,
it's like he would swoop down like Superman to save the day,
mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm,
know? And so, as always, there's no real accountability. Yes, he did make a statement about Letitia's um web designer, that if someone had done that with him, what he would have required. But he still let her off the hook in the conversation when after Stormy made her statement, he didn't allow Letitia to respond. He just pivoted. And so I think it's like, you know, with him being the producer, the executive producer of the show, and then hosting the reunion, sometimes it just feels like he's so close to it that he's not always objective.
okay. Okay. Well, I know that they all say he doesn't talk to them. I have
Hmm.
to say for me personally, just because I'm just for Black business. I know that's
Yeah.
how everybody else's shows work. They're all executive
Hmm.
producers and they're all sitting on their stages with their shows.
Hmm.
So I don't like to take things away from Black people when everybody else do it. That's me
Yeah,
personally.
yeah, yeah. You're
But
right, because Andy Cohen will host his, but they also have had other folks host their reunions as well. But it's a,
who do you
and I
mean?
guess it's a,
Who do you mean? Who are
I
the
mean, like for like housewife shows and whatnot, they also have had other folks host. But yeah, like Andy will host their reunions. So yeah, other folks do it too.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I think this
You're
is his.
you're, you're absolutely right. But I think that in doing so, there's that extra task of making certain that you're allowing the conversations to play out and not necessarily steering them.
Understood. Understood. And I'm telling you, I agree with you that I did see him boost Tisha up, try to stop
Hmm.
her from doing from getting too attacked, trying to give her answers like, well, Tisha, let's change it from
Hmm.
being a
Hmm.
boss to you have all the education, you're doing the other side. But she's not doing the other side because if she was, she
Mm-mm.
would have known to say it. So she didn't even know
Exactly.
to say it, so you
Exactly.
can't put it on her.
And there's no demonstration, no real demonstration on the show. If we just stick to the show, not even all the stuff that goes on in social media, but just stick to the
Correct.
show, there's no real demonstration of her being active in the business.
Yes. Correct. Now there was that leaked audio, I will say that, where we heard her talking about a contract, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We heard that part. That's probably the most of anything that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like we never saw that on the show, right? We never saw her
Mm-hmm.
talking about I got these contracts prepared for you or any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most we saw. And even then I thought it was more of a good cop, bad cop interaction
Absolutely.
as opposed
Absolutely.
to her really doing it.
Because of all the other things that were
Correct.
alleged to be happening at that time, that she
Right.
kind of got involved in that conversation because of all of the allegations
And I'm going to be
that were
honest,
being made.
I would have thought that was solely the case. If I would have just heard that tape and never heard anything else, I would have been like, oh, that's a good cop, bad cop thing, because we know Tisha don't do shit, right? However, because I heard the guy say, my interaction was with your wife. I signed
Mm-hmm.
contracts or lease with your wife. You don't even have
Mm-hmm.
to be in this. Like, the only reason why I brought you guys on as the contractors is because I was told we had to do it like this because of
Mm-hmm.
your wife. So that's what I mean by that. So if that is what they do, they're not cohesive enough to even talk about it out loud
Right.
platform.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
tells us, unlike a
Because it
Melanie
also feels
Martell,
like she
uh-huh,
only gets to do as much as he allows her to do.
for sure, 100%. I agree with you completely on that. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
The other thing I wanted to say was that when they talked about Tisha being like Mel, being an independent woman like Mel. I'm sorry, but they could have saved that whole discussion because Tisha is nothing like Mel.
I'm sorry. That just made me laugh. Okay. I understand. Okay.
So
You stay up here.
we could move past.
You stay up here. I'm going to go to Miss Gail. What up, Gail? How are you? Uh-oh. Did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I was away from the phone. Hey y'all, how are y'all?
I'm good. Listen, what were your thoughts on the show? Like, what do you rate it? Number one, did you like this reunion
I
on a scale of 1
did.
to 10?
Okay, so I'm gonna actually give it a 10. I
Okay.
really I'm gonna give it a 10, but I wanted him to let Stormy land whatever she was gonna say. I was in here screaming like, let her land it, but it's like he kept pivoting because Stormy, either they cut it off or whatever. He didn't let her get it, but I wanted Stormy to land. Now, one thing
Listen.
Stormy did say is
Uh-huh.
when she said you came here and rehearsed that shit. She said that they rehearsed it and they did. She
Listen,
said, "Go
Stormy
ahead."
was going to debo Tisha. I could see Stormy talking about, give me your damn chain, okay?
Yeah,
She was definitely going to debo Tisha, okay?
and Tisha came out. She was on 10 until Stormy got to 20, and then when Stormy got to 20, she pedaled all the way back down to 1. And so then that's when I guess Carlos was like, let me jump in here because Stormy was not playing with her. You could see in her eye. I didn't like Stormy before the night, but I wanted Stormy to unleash because she came out there on fire and said, you need to go pay this and you need to do that. But Stormy was going to get her. But I'm sure Stormy probably said that Carlos saved her. And he did save her. He saved her
He
more than one
did.
time. He
100%.
kept saving her. That's why I think Marcel was like, you need to pipe it down, sis, because you're a businesswoman, because he already knew that Stormy was going to unleash on Tisha. And he knew that Tisha wouldn't be able to handle it. Tisha can't. That's why he was saying, she was like, we're going to have to agree to disagree. But they knew that Stormy was going to handle her. And they knew that if Stormy would have taken her all the way down, she would have been quiet for the night. So,
Facts. And she
yeah.
might as well have gotten quiet for the night because everybody knew. Everybody at home was sitting there like, oh, Tisha, this ain't what you want. We all saw it.
I wanted her to get her. I'm just saying, I was in the house like, get her, Stormy. I was screaming like, let it land. Like, let her land. Like, please let her land. And he kept cutting. I was like, Carlos. I wanted him to let her land. But he wouldn't.
Carlos knew. I was going to say, Carlos knew. His knee almost started shaking like, oh, okay. You could see him get nervous. He got nervous for Tisha for a half a second. So he shut that mess all the way down.
She came out there with her boxing matches on, but listen, she came out like Martin did this episode when he was fighting Tommy Hearns. Because if they would have let her fight, she would have went home looking like Martin did when it was Tommy Hearns. But I was like, please let her land it. I just wanted Stormi to let her land it, but he wouldn't. I didn't really like Kimmy. I didn't like Kimmy looks through the whole show, how she always had something to say. I didn't like the fact that every time when they brought up about Marceau being sassy, that she was like, can I put my hand? I have no respect for Kimmy, none whatsoever, because Kimmy is just not authentic. And I feel like she feels like I have to be a Scot no matter. So by her being a Scot, she feels like I can't say how I really feel. And I think that that's just absolutely crazy because she can't say how she really feel, but because she didn't look herself. I mean, when Martell made his comments, she laughed, or if somebody said something, she kind of laughed a little. So I was kind of over Kimmy. I couldn't really see her dress, but I do think her dress is really cute once she came out. But when she came out, I didn't pay attention to this. My daughter did. When he said, have your wife's back, when Carlos shaded him when he stepped on her dress, he said, for once, have your wife's back. And my daughter said, oh. She said, he just shaded him. And I had to rewind it. I was like, oh. So he told him, for once, have your wife back. And he was like, so he did shade Maurice about Kimmy.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, he did shade her about her dress. And I thought, okay, why are you fighting hard for the Scots? But I felt like he left Stormi out to dry. And if I was Stormi, I would be pissed off about that, because I felt like he was really batting for Tisha, and he should have just let Stormi go. And one thing I can say about Stormi, even though they kept cutting off what she was saying, what she said was, when Marceau said that she was insecure, she said, I'm not insecure. I've been in Forbes. I've been in everywhere. She said, what she wanted to say is, you guys knew about me, but only way people knew about you guys was from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that's facts. We wouldn't have known about them unless it was because of the show. She did say that, but she said it in the back. She didn't let them say it to them. And that's what I wanted her to be able to say. I didn't like the pill situation. I didn't understand where it came from. I don't understand what she said, something about Stormi owing them money. I felt like they should have cleared that up, and that wasn't cleared up either. Like she said, that somebody said, well, not only do they owe you money, I don't know if they're talking about the $100 from the get-go.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, if that's what it was talking about. So I know I didn't like that. I like when he tried to come after Mel saying something about a Rogers. I liked how Mel went back after him and told him to put his leg down. She said, that's what we're talking about with your sassy self. But if you want to go back and look at it, look at Kimmy's face. She didn't like the way Mel said something to Marceau. Yeah, look at her face. She don't, whatever said. Kimmy has a problem with Mel. If you look at her facial features, she has a problem with Mel.
Let me tell you something. Everything that you said about Kimmy is accurate. I just wanted to say shout out to Tanisha, who said, Stormi said, ho, I gave you grace.
She did.
Because she did. But yeah, Kimmy on this platform for me right now, let me just say, I've really tried, even when people have been like really crazy, because I'm like, when you go through something like that, it kind of scrambles you. It scrambles how you process, because you come through something so hard. You're looking with things with a new set of eyes, and I keep waiting for her to just like break free. But when I watched her sit there and Mel asked that woman 3 times, didn't such and such, didn't XYZ,
Yeah.
didn't Tisha say XYZ? And she's just sitting there with her mouth open, blinking her eyes rapidly, like, I don't know what to say. I was like,
she knew the truth.
Yeah,
she has, but Kimmy has been Kimmy since season 1.
Oh, that broke me. I didn't know what, I literally was watching her thinking, Kimmy, you earn the right to say anything you want to say. Yeah. Girl, you come through so damn much, it should not matter.
But Diana, the thing that but you said she earned the right to say anything that she wanted to say. But the question is, does she want to say it? Because I think it was is it Gail? I think Kimmy doesn't really, I've never felt that Kimmy sincerely likes and respects Mel.
You know what? And I'm going to say this, even if she doesn't like her, I don't like Kimmy not saying what the hell she needs to say. If
Mhm.
you're going to sit beside Mel and she's saying
Mhm.
to you, if you don't agree, just say, I don't agree. Don't sit there fluttering your eyes trying to figure out words when you are older than everybody sitting up there and you've been through some real shit. Like you could be in the ground. Like start speaking up. What
Yeah.
is the problem?
Yeah.
Even if she
Yeah.
says, "Well, I don't like you, don't ask me anything, I don't agree." Say
She,
that.
but she only speaks up in service to Letitia.
But she couldn't say that because she knows she was there when it was said, and Mel was
Yeah.
telling the truth, and it would have been her going against the Scots.
Well,
Well,
her thing, I think Kimmy thing with Mel, I really think they're all of them, from Maurice, I mean from Martell, all the way down. I think, and I said this last night, I really think that they are really mad that Mel landed on her feet. I
Mhm.
think they're mad that she landed on her feet, and they don't like that because she has done well. I heard Kimmy Marie from Bell Collectives, and she was saying, I didn't want to do this. Well, everything that Mel wanted to do, she's able to do so. Because when
Mm-hmm.
people, I think that they expected for what Mel was going through to break her, and it probably did in silence, but in public, when people say, when Mel was at home, she said, I was praying, I had my prayer closet, I had it all. But they didn't see her broken. And I think that's the problem with them. That's why they say Mel don't take responsibility for what she does, because they didn't see her broken. And I think that's what it was.
Mhm.
But the sad part about that is something I said last night. Mel does do a lot, but she gives a lot, because when Kimmy was sick, Kimmy said herself, Mel was there for her.
Mhm.
She said it herself that Mel was there for her when she was sick. But to look at how she was acting today, it was crazy. But then I'm gonna say this, and then so somebody else could, say whatever they want to say. But that I didn't like that part. But I will say this: Mel was more confident in any other reunion I saw her in.
absolutely.
Mel gives 0 F's about whatever they got to say, because she was confident, she was happy about it. And I think Martell is scared of that. I think he's scared because we're gonna see him march out like a little toy soldier next week, talking about liar, because she has just told the world that you and Sheree were a fraud. she
Facts.
she
Child, when
just
she
told the world.
said it
I
was,
got the receipts.
yeah, it was in the legal paperwork that it was a business arrangement. I hollered. He
Mhm.
did. He probably can't talk about it. He probably has to pay the money back in the contract if he doesn't keep it, the way he said. I was dying. That shit was funny.
But then I have a question. I don't know if you guys seen the previews when she said that. It looked like Letitia is on side of Martell with a folder with paper in it. So is she
Oh,
going through the documents or something for Martell? I guess we won't know until next week.
for
But
what
she,
documents?
huh?
For what documents? What documents for
If
Martell?
you look, so I'm just asking because she's sitting on like, it was Martell, then it was Tisha, but Tisha has a folder in her hand.
Mm.
It's a
Well,
folder
I
in her
cannot wait
hand.
to
So
see. She
yeah.
better not have no damn documents for Martell, child.
I
That's
don't know. I'm just asking because she had something in her hand, but he marched out of there with that little tight suit on and like a toy soldier. I was
he was the best.
I said, oh my God, Dyana, I was sitting here just waiting. Like, when is she coming? Because I could yes, it was good. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
I know it
Yeah,
was a great
yeah,
reunion.
it was good. Now her and Kiki, you know what? I'm over both of them. Really, that's a waste of time and space because
Mhm.
Kiki should have came prepared like Tisha came prepared. She should have came. She was not prepared. Tisha came to lay her bare, and she should have been there to lay her bare. I think Kiki, either she's not telling the truth about a lot of stuff, which we don't know now after all the stuff that's happened on social media with Kiki. We don't know what's true and what's not. But if you were that assertive on social media about Kiki and about Tisha, you should have been ready tonight because Tisha was dang show ready for you. And
Jocelyn, using
she
said a word.
she was ready for her, and so she should have been ready. So Storm, but you know what, they all thought that, you see, they thought that Tisha, like they had them boxing robes on. They should have had theirs on because Tisha was ready for them. She was trying to land, and where she couldn't, Carlos had her back. So I don't
Yes.
know. So we'll have to see
But
the
she
rest of.
landed with Kiki though.
Oh, she did land with Kiki. You're 100%, sweetie. I mean, my love. She did. She landed with her. Kiki should have been ready. Like she said, you cheated on your husband. He cheated on you, and you paid for him. Everybody was looking at her like, what the heck is going on? But if you knew Tisha knew all your business and you were trying to tell all her business, you should have been ready.
Yeah.
She should
Listen,
have been ready.
to watch Kimmy lose her voice and see Tisha find hers, that is like, oh my God, I'm living
Wow,
in
that
a
is
different
crazy.
world. Okay.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But anyway, I'm sorry. Your name is Gail. Miss Gail, thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
everything you had to say. Child was great. Okay. Let me get to, I know some people dropped down. I think it was Ty that was next, and I know she accidentally dropped down. So I'm going to go to Ty next and Lady D's. And then let's see. There's someone by the name of Kim. Kim, I see you back here. It says your device is not connected. You'll have to drop out and come back up. And I have 1,041 of you watching right now. So make sure that you hit that like button. Also become a subscriber. If you have not, I want to thank a new member. Hey there, L. Fisher. Thank you for joining the panel or joining my channel. My bad, not the panel, but thank you for joining my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for rocking with Rozay. Okay. All right. What's up, Miss Ty? Long time no hear from. I saw you trying to get after me
Wait
in
a
the
minute. Wait a
comments.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
What's going on with this connection? Do you hear any feedback? Because I ain't for this shit tonight.
No feedback, girl. You're as clear as day. Okay. Kim, you need to drop out and come back in, hun. All right. Now let me have it or let somebody have it, not me.
Okay, so do you hear any feedback?
Kind of when it's quiet. Go ahead.
Okay, so I agree with you. The show was good. The reunion was real good.
Okay.
I like the way it started off. I like the edited version of the beginning,
Uh-huh.
with
Uh-huh.
everything. So I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Um
What part got on your nerves, child? Just jump right on in.
Kimmy. Kimmy. Kimmy.
Yes.
Because when Marcel told Mel, what did he tell her? He said, "Oh, about the Rogers, a strong single women like the Rogers."
She comes from a long line of strong single women like the Rogers. Strong single women like the Rogers. He was being messy.
Kimmy had a smirk on her face. I don't care what they try to do to try to hide their true internal nature movements.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do it. Even poker players have to wear glasses to keep their eyes from bouncing all around.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy had a smirk on her face, and I'm just saying, like, I'm still. I know it's not for me to figure out, but I'm still trying to figure out why is Mel giving Kimmy so much grace. Kimmy do not like her.
You know what though? I don't think that Mel really f's with Kimmy outside of this show.
Mm-mm.
And really, even though we was watching that scene, don't you feel like Kimmy was the one who looked like an idiot? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I was watching with my hands kind of over my eyes, like, why is this lady not talking? Like, what is it? You listen, I don't like to see Black women not talk. I don't know. We have way too much history where we have been silenced to not say what we have to say and to be silenced by each other. It's absolutely sickening. Um, yeah, talk.
Okay, okay. So Kimmy saying that on tonight's reunion, saying that she wants it just as much as Maurice does, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that lets me know that you fed that type of appetite, and you saying this contradicted what you were saying all season.
Mm-hmm.
So in so many ways, it was like oh, I hate to say this. It's almost like Maurice was right. It's all in your head. Now, don't get me wrong. Her libido probably slowed down because of the medicine. I can understand that. However, you wasn't that distraught because according to you, because you know the last week episode, I didn't get a chance to talk, but when I watched it tonight, she explained that she felt bad because other people were making comments about how she looked. She didn't feel good about herself. So it was her self-esteem that attacked her. Her own self-esteem attacked her. So all this time, that's why you had, I'm just asking, I'm not saying it's a fact, but that's why you had issues with having sex with your husband?
She said it was probably a combination of things. She said it was medicine, and she probably was depressed because she didn't feel pretty. She did feel, it was affecting her, all the comments she was getting about how she looks different, and she knew that her body was changing. And then Maurice is insensitive as a mother too, okay?
Yeah, he is. I agree with that. Now, for Stormi and Tisha, right? I really don't too much care for Stormi. However, Stormi and Tisha, Stormi is getting what exactly she should get because that's the team you chose. Let's not forget she was in that parking lot doing the Beyonce challenge with all of them when they first got there. So now, it ain't working out. So now y'all got so much smoke. Now,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were joking. I remember seeing them like, when they started, going back and forth, I was like, this ain't real. They playing up to the camera for the story. I did not realize that Stormi and Tisha were really on the outs. Like they really don't like each other.
I know it.
The way Stormi neck veins was popping up tonight, I don't think she was playing. Okay. And Tisha hollering about go pop a pill and all that. Here's the true tea. Just about everybody in the world pop a pill, whether it's the Tylenol, ibuprofen, or laxative, whatever. But don't make it seem like, because guess what? Like I say, I ain't really down with no Stormi, but however, she is a functioning money-making businesswoman.
Facts.
So don't do that. And another thing, who in the hell came for Tisha this season?
Nobody.
I'm tired of them coming for me. So who came for her this season?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. So all that shit you done got from all the buck up that somebody put a battery in your back with all this shit and you just saying shit out your mouth, that ain't hot. You came in there with them whack ass damn robes on. That shit wasn't cute. Y'all looked stupid.
Listen, Tisha had the softest season. I've never seen anything softer. Now she got into it a little bit with Stormi, but even then, it was really just Stormi and Marcel that was having that back and forth. Tisha pulled out of it. So I'm not sure why Tisha sat on that stage like all season long. Everybody been coming for me. The only person that came for you is your cousin. That is it. That is all.
And your husband.
And your husband.
And your own husband. You're right, LaDawn. Her own husband came for her plenty of times.
Thank you.
Throughout the whole season, really.
I think everybody else was practiced so that when Kiki got on stage, she could do whatever. But anyway, speaking of Kiki, your thoughts. Give them, child, because I know that you are a Kiki supporter.
I'm not giving no thoughts till I see everything split on the reunion, because you know how these cameras, these edits and these endings like to play the game. So I got to see the whole thing. I don't want to just.
You don't have anything to say about her live the other day?
Which one? When she was going hamburger?
When she was going hamburger. Yeah, when she went hamburger. Now, I'm going to say this to you, and I want your opinion. I didn't catch it from the very beginning. When I saw the piece where she was in a car and she said, I got 2 cars, and she was inside of her husband's truck, I think she said. She flipped the lights on. You see the truck. You see her 2 cars in the yard. She said, I got 2 cars, 2 foreign cars, and we have a truck. And she said, I don't know anybody by the name of Man. And my first thought was, everybody knows a Man in Alabama. That's not true. Even if you didn't sleep with anybody named Man, you know somebody named Man. That's just impossible. That's number one. Then number 2, she said, You can say whatever you want to. You and my auntie in there lying, blah, 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 blah. She goes on. She tells a story about how allegedly her auntie made this conversation or had this comment. I don't know because I didn't see it. That's why I said allegedly, that she had a baby out of wedlock with a man named Man. She said, I never said that. I don't know where y'all got this shit, blah, 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 blah. And then maybe 20 minutes later, she said that her and Mel had a conversation about Wanda making this accusation back in the day and bringing it to the show. Did you hear that?
Oh, an accusation. They ain't say no proof. They just said an accusation.
But she started off by saying she didn't, at least this is how I think I heard it. She didn't know where this story came from. It didn't exist. And then it went to her and Melody discussed it and as a possible, storyline for the show.
Well, she did say it back in the day, huh?
I don't know. It just seemed like she forgot that her and Melody talked about it as a storyline for a part of the show before she
Don't see how it play out. I don't want no heads behind no Kiki now. Don't
you don't tolerate Kiki slander?
No.
Oh,
No
well, you
slander.
better block your ears when it comes to my turn now.
Okay. All right. Then Ty, you can stay up here. You're more than welcome. Okay.
All right.
Have you mic up. And then I'm going to Lady D's. What's up, Lady D's? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hi, panel.
Okay.
Child.
Your rating.
I give it about a 5.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sick of this show. I be glad when it's gone because this is I can't. I'm so sick of this because it's just too much drama. I mean, I know it's reality TV and all that good stuff, but they getting on my nerve. I love the show for what it's worth, but sometimes it just be too much. Okay, so I'm gonna start with these outfits. This should have been a theme, honey.
Okay.
Everybody walking up in there with different colors on, different. Ain't nobody coordinating nothing. It's just come as you are. Now I gotta start with Mel. I
Okay.
like her outfit. Don't get me wrong, but it was doing too much. The boots was doing too much. The dress was cute. Her hair was cute. But I like the other outfit, the last season finale.
Okay.
She could have stuck with that theme, even though it was kind of on the theme-ish, but not really, because it stayed in the color palette. But I just wish she would have brought it a little bit more, because the dress was cute. Don't get me wrong, but them boots was doing too much.
Okay.
I love the hair, but too much.
Okay.
Tisha looked like the giant Jolly Green Giant. She ain't look like no genie in the bottle. She looked like a Jolly Green Giant. I mean, the
colors. Yeah.
The color looked good on her.
I did.
But
I liked the color. It didn't translate well.
Right. And it looked like she was stuffed in a biscuit. I'm just saying. And, I feel about Tisha. I'm not a Tisha fan, but she can go somewhere, all that. Kimmy, she look okay. Stormi, I like the dress, but the earrings were cute too. But I don't know, it was something missing. But she looked cute. Her and her husband, they were matching, so that was cool. Martell, I like the suit jacket for once. It still was a little snug, but it was okay. That's about it. Everybody just looked like they just do something together and came to the reunion. Tisha looked like a child sold her dress. And she looked like she got it for Forever 21. Just saying.
You're right. It did not translate well. Things look different in person, but it definitely didn't show well on TV.
Not at all. And when Mel told Roscoe to uncross his legs because I said, well, yeah, that leg fat was showing. And she said, you more sassier than me. Let me
I-
cross my legs. I said, well, because now,
It
I
was
don't know.
hmm
I don't know if I could sit there and let somebody call my husband a Ache. I'm gonna say it like that. I don't think I could sit there and let somebody do that as many times as Stormy called that man that word. I was like, girl, can you? Well, I don't expect her to do what he don't do for her. He don't step up. He don't show her support. He don't stand up for her.
Are you talking about Marceau?
Yes.
Okay.
Marcel don't stand up for Tisha.
Well,
That's
Maurice
why.
says they should probably switch spouses.
Oh, God. Kimmy would not allow that. Kimmy would be like, okay, I'm out. Deuces, peace.
Kimmy actually gets more support from Marceau.
And she do. But I don't think she would stay with Marcel because Marcel would get on her last nerve. I don't think she likes Marcel like that. I
Kimmy
think
want
she.
Martell.
Ah! I'm
Well,
not.
when he said he had a hook and a curve, she slid out of that damn seat too. That was, I bet you that Maurice is probably like, we haven't seen you move like that in a minute.
Right. But I, 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 I just no. They. I'm so sick of all them Scots. It's too many Scots on the show. One of them got to go.
One of them got to go, child.
I prefer. I prefer. I
Don't do
prefer
it.
Kimmy and Maurice, but I kind of want Tisha and Marcel to go. Because I kind of want to see the reason why I prefer Maurice and Kimmy to go is because I kind of want to see Tisha stand on her own and not have any support.
Maurice and Kimmy don't talk. They don't have anything. They don't talk. Like they don't do nothing except for jumping everybody else's business. So I'm not sure. But I mean, I understand what you're saying though. I do. What did you
Yeah,
think Melody and Marcel kind of, having like their little banter on the episode today?
I I kind of enjoyed that when she threw that T-shirt at him, which he needs, and like Tisha said, oh he'll be wearing that tomorrow.
What do you think of her cheering him on like, good job, Marcel, when he sat on the girls' panel? Like, you think she was being funny?
That was shade.
Oh, okay. That was shade. Okay.
That was shade. It was some good shade, but it was shade. It was shade.
All right.
I said, well, you know, what's good for the gander is good for the goose, honey. However that saying go, she gave it back to him, and he needed it to get back because, to tell you the truth, Melody and Martell are the only two people who could go toe to toe with Marcel.
Hotel can't go toe to toe with no Marcel. He ate him up too.
Well, it's they can go toe to toe with him for me.
Lady
I
D,
don't.
what's your thought on Kiki's part? I know we get part 2 next week, but what's your thought on Kiki? Somebody said that she was on live.
Kiki, Lord have mercy. Kiki. I think Kiki, if she had anything on them back in the day, she should have brought it out as soon as she came on the show, so Tisha can't say, "Oh, she lying." Da, 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 da. Then she gonna bring out the fact of her husband possibly having an affair on her and having an outside child and all that bull squat. Girl, bye. You just got something to say because you mad because your cousin brought out the fact that your husband had cheated on you plenty of times and you too
Okay.
dumb to know that. Like Stormy called her dumb tonight, and she should have, because she is dumb.
You agree?
I agree. I agree.
All right, girl.
I agree with Stormy. I like Stormy a little bit now because she done She done. I wish she would have stayed on the other side,
Mhm.
but she didn't, and she went on over there to Tisha's side.
Okay. Listen, child, it was something. Listen, and I saw Bill Collective the other day. That was the bomb. The reunion was the bomb. I can't wait to see what happens next week. But I am going to kick it over to LaDawn. I appreciate you, Lady D's. You are welcome to stay up. Miss LaDawn, welcome to the panel. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I've been sick, guys, but I miss you so much.
Well, I'm happy you feel better. I'm happy you're back. What
Be
do
Yes.
you
easy, little Dawn. Be easy.
Girl, you know I
okay?
love you. Me and you are here, honey. But um and I used to support Kiki too, but I jumped off that train. I still wish her a good recovery though over all the other nonsense. But I give the show a I'm gonna say an 8.
Okay.
And
That's hot.
the reason why I say an 8 is because you know how I feel about shade that's lies. It don't hold weight to me. It just
Mm-hmm.
sounds good, but it's a lie. It don't hold weight.
Mm-hmm.
So, allegedly, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
when she said to Stormy, pop a pill, allegedly, in my opinion, I'm thinking, you know, like them younger adults, they take them ecstasy, Molly things as a party favor or something like that. No big deal. I don't, but this generation do, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
for her to say it as if she was a addict or, you know, with no follow up of how does she know and what actually is she taking, it just looked like you just wanted to sound good,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, that it didn't hold weight. But what Stormy said about you was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I can say. Even if she was cut off, she said the little stuff she was able to say was the truth. It was facts. You are dumb, you know, and if it wasn't for Mel's vision, we wouldn't know who you are. We
Right.
wouldn't have known who you are, you know, and also um your line she Stormy also allowed you to show yourself a liar because Stormy already let it be known that she didn't use a template. She wrote up her policy thing. So that person couldn't have got it off of a thing.
Right. And when Stormy said, I still gave your ass grace,
And
is
I
because
still gave you grace.
you
You
are saying
understand?
that someone else created this. And I told you I was the one who created it. You're still standing on this when I
You
told you I built
still.
my website. Nobody else wrote this policy for me.
Yes.
You have no idea. You're lying up, down, all around, and
And we'll stick to it, just like with the money thing. Oh,
willing to
people
die.
came in my DMs and called and told me you owe half a hundred. So just anybody can call and tell you, and it is facts.
Absolutely. Yeah, that
No, you're using the content creators' information to throw your shade.
yep.
That's
Yep.
what you're doing because you're a lazy read, and that's why it took you days. Because when she called your husband a Mitch, there was nothing in between y'all. That's when you should have had that boxing hoodie on and them gloves.
Right. Right.
So I'm not impressed. It wasn't a technical knockout for me from Tisha.
She's not the champ, huh?
What her husband say, throwing something against the wall and hoping it sticks.
Uh-huh.
That's how I feel about her performance.
Okay. I understand.
Now, sorry.
I just want to point out that what makes Tisha unbearable is that you can catch Tisha in
Mhm.
a bold face lie for something that she is supposed to, like that was a business with your children's names on it. You
Yes.
still couldn't just say, listen, Stormy, I apologize to you from the bottom of my heart. I've already called X, Y, and Z. Even if that was a lie, she was willing to let you lie about it
Hmm.
in order to make yourself look good, and you didn't get it.
You
And
didn't
that
get
is
it.
what's ugly here.
Yes. Yes. And Kimmy is just she is a disappointment and
Mm,
an embarrassment. You
Mhm.
know, I don't think Mel, I feel like Mel's just doing a job. She's come to a place of peace where she know who these people really are, so she knows how to deal with them.
Mhm.
And her being kind and bringing over a fruit basket, or celebrating Kimmy fighting cancer, that's a part of Mel's Christianity duty, to do charity and to be kind no matter who you are, so I don't take that as Mel um checking for Kimmy. She was just doing her job, and plus, being the kind person she is. Now, Kimmy sitting there shutting her mouth, or every time it's time to tell the truth, make herself look stupid with the Scots, just made her really look like desperate, and I don't have a mind of my own, I'm a follower. And because I seen Marceau's face when he was looking at Kimmy's confessionals. He didn't know she was throwing some of that shade about the money and the Espo. He
Mhm.
looked like, what? Oh, you were saying that, huh? And Kimmy trying to suck up the whole time, being on their side, even when she knew it was wrong. And
Mhm.
that's what makes it look bad. It's not about having their back. At the same time as you being a woman, an individual, a sign-mounded grown-up, right is right and wrong is wrong, you ain't even following that method. You know what I mean? You're looking
At
stupid
this
with them.
point, I wouldn't even care if she was wrong. I just want her to speak up. I don't
Hmm.
I don't like that she doesn't talk. Out of She has more experience, life experience to share, and it's insulting to watch her like
Yes.
overcome what she has,
Yes.
not feel like she can speak.
And she wants to blame the viewers, but you got to understand, y'all signed up for reality TV to show your reality. Don't get mad because you try to show us fake stuff and people dig and find the real reality and talk about it.
Correct.
How are you mad?
And stop watching the show or stop watching social media if that upsets you.
Right.
Because we are watching the show. I'm 100% conscious that I'm watching the show. I still don't like what I see on the show.
And if we're doing too much, your mother and sister are too, because they said the same thing we said, that your husband's repulsive and it was disgusting, and how could you still be there? And
Right.
you said your mama said that. So
That
therefore,
right.
stop saying we doing too much. Just because it's strength in numbers.
Right.
Do better. That's how I feel about Kimmy. She's just a waste of space. She's just existing. She's just there. You know, she don't contribute anything, good, bad, nothing. So, and
Feel like she had more to say before. I feel like she had more to say before.
a long, long time ago, I don't
Maybe
even count that
before the
anymore,
whole
Diana.
fight where Tisha them shut her down and basically said, "You're out of the Scott Club if you don't do X, Y, and Z."
That's before Wanda got on her ass.
That was
Yeah.
so long ago. I don't care. It don't matter. She still can stand on how she feels as an individual and strength.
Oh
She was,
shit.
and if she
Kimmy
don't,
Howard.
it just,
I'm
huh?
sorry. Oh, I was just saying Kimmy Howard because I had said that Tisha was a Stepford wife when I saw her malfunction on that one episode when they were at the Wanda potato party. Now Kimmy is officially a Stepford wife as well. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have to take them back to the shop. They're
Mm-hmm.
malfunctioning. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Yep.
Sorry, Miss LaDon. Go ahead. What do you
Yep.
have to say about Miss Kiki and
So
the bit of scene?
Kiki just she really she dropped the ball. She really made herself look cheap. she got she got two pieces in a biscuit, okay?
Uh-oh.
Because I'm gonna say like this. She already know you supposed to Mel gave her the only advice she should have listened to, that Mel gave her a long time ago, was tell your own stuff first, not half of the stuff.
Spray or be
You
sprayed.
already knew that Wanda alluded to your husband not being one of your kids' father. You already knew Wanda alluded that months ago. So my thing is, when you was addressing everything else, you should have already put that out there. So that was nothing for her to be able to come at you with. This is nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to have even thought that there can be a possibility, there was a cheating history or assumption. If not, you should have cleared it then, because Wanda Ben said it.
Mm.
So my thing is, you did not cover yourself. You was not ready, and you rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth and bopping your head like that old 16-year-old girl in the projects ain't doing nothing.
Girl, you
And
ain't even
that
see
ain't
the
no
second part
response.
yet. You going ham. You ain't even see
I'm
the
talking
second
about
part.
what I seen right now.
I
I'm
can't
talking
wait till
about
next week,
everything
baby.
I
It's
seen
me
right
and you.
now.
Child, wait a minute.
And then next
I can't
week, I'm going to
breathe.
talk about it differently if I see something different. But I'm talking about the eyes, the big eyes,
I'll
sucking,
meet you
rolling,
back here
neck
next week,
knocking.
baby.
Girl, you did
Oh,
all that with no power behind it.
oh my God, help.
Oh,
Okay? I need to see you show up like you be showing up when you're on your camera. Like you got some facts,
uh-oh.
like something's going to stick. Because you're allowing one of the weakest people on the show to chew you up.
Mm,
Woo.
mm. Uh-oh.
Tisha ain't nothing to spar with. Nothing.
Hmm.
That's
And she's
still her
with
cousin.
you.
That part.
That's still her
So that's how
cousin.
I feel about Kiki. Now, my hotel with that suit, with that little strip hanging there, crooked like that looked like an accident, like a mistake. That don't look like a well-tailored suit to me.
Oh, no.
And it looked too tight. Enough for the tightness where men are starting to get yeast infections.
This is too much for 2024. Okay, go ahead.
Okay? He looked stupid in that suit with that crooked old line hanging down a little extra. That just didn't make sense. Anyways, and him pinching a temper tantrum, that's when he's one of those dudes that when he's wrong, he get all huffy and puffy to make it seem like he's right just because you louder than everybody else. That don't mean you right. It means that you're caught in your lie and you don't know what else to do. And that's why you keep storming off. Because Mel's eating you up in a nice, calm way. So
Listen,
I'm excited about the next reunion to see
about
what's coming
episode
on
2.
next. And oh yeah, I got to say I like when Mel told Marceau, no, honey, I don't miss a Christmas pageant. I don't miss a meeting. I'm at their school. I'm this, and I still fly across the country,
Okay.
running runways and all that, and I don't miss a beat. So don't go there. I
Yeah,
loved it.
it absolutely was great. Listen, that was an excellent review, honey. I appreciate that. That made me laugh. Um, listen, both of y'all come back next week, Ty and LaDawn. I'm gonna need to hear y'all
Oh,
thoughts
baby, it's
on
going
part
down next
2.
week.
Huh?
I hope it's
Diana,
good.
It's going
Yeah.
down next week.
Diana.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just looked at the end of the show, the reunion next week. Tisha is going through a folder for Martell.
Oh, shut up.
Nope.
Okay, girl, I gotta go look at this. I cannot believe it.
Yes, ma'am. She
Why?
got a folder with the court paperwork. Letitia is going, she got a folder in
Okay.
her
You
hand.
think it might be the folder because
I
she was
think,
supposedly she was subpoenaed?
I don't know what it is, but they're talking about the court case before he gets up and run out like a toy soldier. And Letitia is going through the paperwork, and she said that it's in a court document. So they're talking about the court. But when she bring it up, he runs out. But Letitia has a folder with paperwork in her hand.
I
I
cannot
think that's from
believe
Mel saying it's in the court papers
that
Yes.
that
was
you said it
correct.
was an arrangement and she's trying
Yeah,
to double check.
that was
I don't think
Because
she's trying
Mel
to
said
double
I got
check.
receipts.
Oh, Mel said she had receipts. Okay, well, somebody got
Mhm.
paperwork, and Letitia got a folder in her hand. Now, I
okay.
don't know if it's for Mel or Martell, but she got paperwork in her hand.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and check it out. I am gonna go back and check it out. Okay, so I think Deborah is up next. Hey, Miss Deborah, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
I can. Happy New
Okay. All right. So this is my second time going on a panel tonight because I just had so much to say about this show.
Okay, girl.
Um, Something I watched the show again because I always miss something the first time.
Yes.
Can we talk about how this is funny? Martell took that darn suit off because I don't think it's his. Whose that man he was supposed to design suits for?
That's exactly whose suit it was. I saw
Yeah,
it.
because I saw him, when he went to I guess he was in the fashion show or whatever.
Yeah,
And yeah, I said he has to take that suit back. I,
yeah.
I don't blame him. Martell ain't got no money to pay for that suit.
He wear red when it was blue,
Uh-huh.
but it was the same exact suit.
Yeah. I said that's why that suit looked familiar to me. I said, wait a minute, that's the same suit, but in another color.
Yep, and it
Martell said, y'all ain't playing with. Look, he got to turn that suit in. But anyway,
Martell gained some weight, and that suit it didn't have.
Yeah, it was. I actually thought I liked the colors. I love the colors of the suit. I thought it was a little too tight. He looked halfway decent. But can we normalize men wearing socks again? What is it with men in those socks and these shorts? I don't like that.
I want them to wear socks, and I don't want to see your ankles on purpose.
I know. And then what's his name? Marceau's feet look like they were kind of stuffed down, like his ankles look swollen or something. And they may have been ashy. I'm not sure. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what the hell is going on here with the men? But wait a minute. I think Courtney had on socks though. Praise God. Somebody had on some socks. Okay. But anyways, listen, I can't with Tisha. I cannot. I don't know where this. What did she have? Something to drink? Was it the brown liquor? Like, what did she have before she got there? Because now she's got a whole lot of mouth, and she's coming out fighting. Fighting who? Is she fighting against herself? Like, her arguments look rehearsed. It didn't look like she could take it to the finish line. Carlos was helping her. I was really annoyed with him. I wanted Stormi to finish telling her off. He saved her. He literally saved her, I believe. Stormi was quite upset. You know, you just want to say something and you just can't get it out because they won't. I probably would have screamed. They may have thrown me out of there because there's no way.
Why did Bad Apple say she's tired of seeing Martell's camel toe?
Yeah, I don't blame her. And I cannot wait to see next week when he storms off the stage like a baby. Like, I mean, what? He was mad. Yeah.
So it's a moose knuckle for the men.
Yeah.
Child, I can't breathe.
What's going on?
I'm sorry. I need the mic up.
But I thought everybody looked pretty nice. I do. Except Tisha. I don't know. Her and Kiki. Like I said before, Kiki just looked like, I don't know. They did her wrong. Somebody should have helped her. She didn't even look like she belonged there at all.
Who didn't look like she belonged there?
Kiki, her, I don't know who dressed her. Who did that? Like, she didn't even look like everybody else looked like they at least tried to do something. Kiki just looked like she threw in something at the last minute. Like somebody gave her their old prom dress from TJ Maxx. I'm not sure. I don't know what happened there. And Tisha, her shoes were horrible. Yeah, I don't know what happened. She honestly didn't look like she belonged up there. I thought Tisha looked like, well, she didn't look like she belonged there either. I'm tired of this show. Like, I love Mel. I do. I appreciate all of her, her business acromens, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch next year. And I mean that honestly. I may just watch the reviews, but I just can't.
They finally figured out a recipe that's doing better though. Like season 6B was fire. The review was good. You just gave it an 8.
Okay, well, I'll watch because the Fletchers are coming. I'll give it a little bit more time.
That's a good reason to watch.
Yeah, I just need to see some new people and somebody who tells the truth. Like, I don't believe anything Marceau and Tisha says anymore. I'm sorry, I just don't. Everything seems they're liars, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Okay. They just lie. And then I don't know why are Kimmy and Maurice there. I'm confused. Like, I don't know what they're there for. I don't care about their sex life. I don't want to hear anything about it. I've been celibate for years. I don't want to hear about your sex life. It's not a turn on for me. I'm just over it. But, all in all, I thought the review was pretty good. I want to hear more from Stormi. I do, because I don't think she got to say everything she needed to say. And I'm sorry if you hear in the background. That's my grandson. They're here this weekend. Lord have mercy. Are they ever going to bed? But then they're eating up everything. But anyway, oh my God. They eat everything. But yeah, but that's all I really had to say. I definitely want to hear more from Stormy. I
Mhm.
honestly don't care about Kiki and Tisha's argument. If they don't get Kiki back to talking about, her sobriety or something like that, I don't want to hear anything about this family drama anymore. I'm over those two.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it. But I gotta say, Mel looked absolutely gorgeous. I loved her outfit. I wish there were black boots, though. I didn't care for the boots too much, but
Okay.
I thought she looked stunning. I
Mhm.
thought Stormy looked really pretty. Her dress was beautiful. Kimmy's was
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, but it was too tight. She was sitting
Too tight.
sideways.
Mhm.
She couldn't sit down straight. She had to curve her legs. Maurice, who dressed him and Marceau? I don't know. They're brothers, whatever.
They
And I
have.
do think the last thing I say is, Marceau is quite sassy. I'm sorry, he's very sassy. I
Mhm.
don't understand how any woman could be attracted to him. Like he's a goofball. He plays too much. He's always in somebody's business. He's very sarcastic. There's absolutely nothing sexy about him. His lips look dark, like he smokes too many cigarettes. Like I don't like him. I don't like anything about him. Nothing. But
I
anyway,
agree.
that sounds petty and that childish. But I absolutely see nothing appealing. His fingernails, nothing. So,
Okay.
but anywho,
I
you
understand.
all, you all have a good night. I've gone on my rant, and I'm going to go eat some of the cookies I baked before they eat them all up. I gotta go. I got boys in here. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you for coming
Take care.
up.
All right. Bye, bye.
Okay. So we
Bye.
have over 1,000 people in the chat. Make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member. All of that is floating around in the chat. One of my mods will put it up for you. Okay, so we just got done with Deborah. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Now we are going to Kim. Hey, Kim, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, Miss Diane. And hi, chat and panel. So I overanalyze everything on the show and write it down. I was taught by the best you, and I'm
Okay.
gonna continue to say that. Okay, what about those shorts when Martell came in? I
Mm,
could not.
those were the shorts. Yes, I knew
The
he saw
shorts.
something.
I
Those shorts were tight and they had no movement. I don't know how he did it.
and I actually. Oh, I hope I can say this. Saw the hook then. Not
The
that I was.
moose
Saw it.
knuckle.
You couldn't miss it. And then he went to go in his dressing room. Did you see that other sign up there that said electrical panel
What did it say? What did it say?
room? Electrical panel room.
No. Yeah, look, 'cause my husband said, "Does he have to go into the closet?" I went, "I don't
Yeah.
know."
Does he have a dressing room? They put his right at the front and he went right in. So I was tickled about that.
That was
Okay, let me stop.
hilarious.
That was so hilarious. But let me stop. I had to come to my senses. Musa. Okay. When Kimmy and her husband were the first one coming in, right? See, I'm looking at everything. Did you see how her husband was so busy? Pac-Man, that Pac-Man head. Oh, he was so busy looking over there at Carlos. And that's why he stepped on that dress.
So, Kim, your audio is going in and out. It's like your mouth isn't by your phone.
Okay, now can you hear me?
You sound great right now.
Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. Okay, when can you hear me now? Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. Hello?
You have to turn off whatever you have on because I can hear my voice on your audio.
Okay, I hope it's my light because I don't have anything on. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, and just everyone else make sure that you are muted. Now I don't hear anything except for you. You can go up.
Okay. Okay, let me go back to my notes. He came in, they came in. He stepped on that dress because he was looking at Carlos. He was looking at Carlos, and I was looking like, why is he looking at Carlos, trying to get to him so bad? So when he hugged him and he said, Carlos said, back and front. Kimmy was like, I don't like that. And she hit her husband. She
Mhm.
hit him over there. Okay, so I saw that. Number two, Carlos was saying something. He was saying something about the front and back, and Kimmy was looking at him a little sideways too. Right. So Kimmy, Martell, and Carlos were the only ones matching on that stage. If didn't nobody else see those three colors, those were the three color schemes up there was Kimmy, Carlos, and Martell.
Mhm.
Kimmy was just looking at Martell, just looking up and down. I was looking at that. Okay, so when Tisha said something about those pills, Tisha and Stormy was pretty cool. And Stormy is trying to have a baby, so she probably is popping some kind of medication to, where she can get fertile, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and Tisha was just talking too much with that yellow. What was that on her eyes? Was it yellow or gold?
I think it was gold. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it didn't match what she had on. I probably would like the dress if it was on someone that was probably like 24, out there doing their thing like that. But it did not look good on her for me. For me.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mel when she told Martha, uncross your legs, and the way she put her dress back, like uncross your legs, only thing I could think of was hips and thighs when she said that last season. So that made me think of that, and I thought it was cool. So, but I gave it a 10. First of all, I gave the show a 10. I really did.
A 10. Okay.
I really did because it was comical to me. It was funny. It was
It was funny. What did you think of the Tisha and Stormy interaction?
I thought it was good, but I thought that Tisha did rehearse it in the car, like Stormy said, and I believe Carlos gave Tisha some grace and did not let Stormy go all the way in, because I believe that she probably would have told her, "You're the only one sitting on the stage with some kind of drug charge," to allegedly, because I think I've heard that before somewhere. And I like the part with Mel. See, nobody listens, but I do. But let me back up. When Marcel told Tisha, you can see it wrote down on the screen and said, "If you were faking it, don't bring it out now." Did you see that?
I saw it. I'm gonna say this because I forgot to say it a little earlier. This was the first time that we saw them put a couple on. So usually it's just the 6, but they
Yes.
put Stormy and her husband on stage as a full-time couple. So
Yes.
the Fletchers aren't considered a full-time couple yet.
Right.
Who else did they keep backstage?
Kiki.
Kiki. They kept Kiki backstage. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about
But
that.
I do think that Nell and her husband should be full time, and that they should have been out there first also, even though they're not a part of the core or core 4, because they're the ones that really kind of kicked the show off, wasn't it?
Well, they did a great job this season. I will
Yes,
say.
they did.
I really like them.
I did
Her
too.
mic is going back out again. I don't.
Okay, because I turned my big face away.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Okay. And did you hear Mel's response to Martell when he stood up? Can you hear this, Diana? And she said, I ain't never liked that big deep energy anyway. And that hook. And for me to have a hook, I don't know about other ladies or whatever. That hook and curve, it just seems like it might hurt.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. And
Child.
I'm just saying. I can't.
Miss Kim
Damn
Green.
it, inside.
That could make you have some kind of problems inside. It's just so.
That's right.
Kim.
And she looked at him so nasty, like, I never liked that. And he's like, "That bed was wet." Which woman are you talking about? It
It's
probably
the but you know
was
what? They
Nikki.
so stupid. It's a difference between a O and just the regular C. It is a difference.
Okay, but when the man's semen is inside, where is it gonna go? Is it going to all stay in there? It's going to come out. That was his stuff on the
Oh,
bed.
God.
And
Listen.
he was so dumb, those marbles in his head is shaking. He doesn't know the difference. And the women up there looking like, "Well, how did you make all those babies?" You don't have to enjoy sex to have a baby. It just takes one seed, one little sperm, and that's it. That's how you make a baby, okay? Just FYI for all the mature women, we all know, okay? And Kimmy could have a lot of problems with the medication, but you have to think she's the oldest one sitting up there on the stage, right?
She is.
Okay, I'm not saying because I still get my groove on and I'm getting ready to turn 60. But my husband is not every day, all day. And then if you have a hook, who wants it every day, all day anyway? That's just my opinion. And I'm
Listen,
just,
Martell isn't fooling anybody. He
mm-mm,
knows better. He just got a
mm-mm.
little ego crush, and that's exactly what she wanted to happen. So it happened, child.
And
I,
she crushed him and she crushed everybody on the stage because Mel is sitting up there like everyone else is in the hot seat now. You
That's
can't blame it on me. You have to go with your own issues. So therefore, Kiki. So I'm gonna say something about Kiki. Hope that lady doesn't get me for
I
this.
cannot hear you, Miss Kim.
Kiki doesn't have anyone to be on her side but Stormy. So that's who she will be filming with next season.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. And I'm going to give Kiki a little grace.
Uh-huh.
Only reason why I am is because of her addiction and I'm rooting for her to make it, but she has so much information, she just doesn't know how to go about it.
Well,
That's
I'm gonna
just
tell
me.
you what, she better figure it out because after what happened last night and after what we've been seeing online, she
Yes,
has absolutely no choice.
yes.
There's no second chance after that. There's no third chance. But I'm gonna go to Miss Cheryl because I have
Okay,
four more people to get through. But I appreciate you, Miss Kim, as always. Okay. So
okay,
hey,
thank
Miss
you.
Cheryl, you can stay up if you like.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, honey. How
How
are
you
you?
doing? I'm doing good. Hi, panel. Hello, chat.
Hey,
Everybody.
Cheryl.
Hey, how you
Hi.
doing? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, of course. Melody slated as usual. She looked
Like,
gorgeous, gorgeous. Martell was in the right suit because he is the devil.
uh-oh.
So he was in the red suit. That's the perfect color for him. All he needed was the horns and the tail. That's all he needed at the end of the day. Uh,
Okay.
Letitia, girl, you need to go to Planet Fitness or go get your body worked out before you try to wear a dress like that. She just not fit for that kind of dress, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Work yourself, work your body out, get your body tight, and wear a dress more fitting for a woman who's a married woman anyway, from what she's always saying. And Marceau, he's just regular, legs, hips, and breast. He's regular. And the show, I give the show maybe a 9.
Oh, okay.
I give it a 9.
That's a great score.
Yeah, I give it a 9. I like this episode. Uh,
What was your favorite scene?
Melody putting Martell in his place, letting little Bud know he's a dud,
Uh-oh, not a dud.
letting him know that he ain't got it. He never had it. That hook,
Okay.
that hook should have been able to keep her, so he didn't keep her. That hook didn't mean nothing. She left him and never went back. So he ain't the lover he think he is.
Uh-oh.
Period. So at the end of the day, from what I hear, he eat from the front to the back. So
Child.
he stayed. That could have been a sock down there. That could have been a sock down there. We don't know.
Trying to
That,
overcompensate.
Exactly. He's trying to overcompensate. Exactly.
that was not a
Exactly.
that was not a sock.
That's why
Listen.
he stood up.
Listen.
Okay, we're gonna move on from this conversation.
So and Letitia, she ain't got no smoke. That read was weak. Period.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, she ain't no better than Kiki is. And Kiki seems to be holding back. For some reason, I don't know why she keep holding back.
I
Letitia
told
saying,
y'all she loves her cousin and she did not want to do it. And I don't think now we saw Kiki go from one space to another over the
right,
summer, and it seems like her, really screaming on Tisha happened after that damn reunion. That's
right.
when feelings changed.
I just feel like, she been bringing the smoke for her. So when is Kiki going to bring the smoke back? When is she going to start telling a lot of the stuff? She knows a lot of stuff when it comes to Letitia and Marshall. Let it out. Let people hear it. She does enough putting dirt. Letitia put enough dirt out about her.
Yeah,
Right?
y'all keep asking for one of the Scots to leave. Kiki could be one of the Scots, child. If she don't figure it out.
Right. She better figure it out. She better figure it out. And concentrate on her sobriety. Concentrate on staying clean. Stop letting everything trigger you. Stop talking to people. Stop talking so much, and concentrate on your sobriety, And Kimmy,
I'm not gonna butt in no more, but Kiki is not a Scot. I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out there.
oh, okay, I don't know.
Well, we're just saying if she is not, if she's gonna let them push her against the wall and not fight back,
Right. That's
because
all
she's
I'm saying.
protecting them. She's a Scot.
Right.
But you
That's
don't think she fighting back? You don't. I mean, on the show.
Fighting back like she should. No, not
Okay, everything that's coming out now. So I believe that's what I'm going off of now. That as far as giving her grace and everything. But, she fought back up, a little bit for me.
We're
I
going to
know.
see what next week
Yeah,
holds.
we'll see.
Okay. But as of right now, I am watching and I see a person who has all summer, all year for me, protected her cousin.
Exactly.
She
That's
protected
what I
her
see
cousin.
too.
And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
No,
I
of
wouldn't say
course
that
not.
in a mean way, because that is her family, and that's what it seems like she was doing. When they were yelling at her and saying, "You're just going to try to go in here and tell our family business," she was very clear that that's not what she wanted to do. And I don't think that she did want to do it. And maybe now that Tisha said what she said, she feels pushed. But prior to that, she said she never believed Marceau cheated. So if people were looking for that information, she already said it last season, and she said it again in episode 3 of this season. Okay.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Kiki did an interview during the season, and that was one of the topics of discussion, was how she held back at the last reunion
Right.
and doesn't come out and say things. She's been saying all this stuff online, but when she gets on the show, you can see that she really is trying to protect
Facts.
Letitia
Mm-hmm.
by not saying. She knows a whole lot more than what she is saying.
Knows a lot
And I think she
more.
probably just hasn't sorted out, like, what should she share and what shouldn't she share.
I want to share everything. Look how Tisha shared everything about her.
Right. Letitia's the one who put out. Letitia's the one who put out that she was on. That she
So
had
they make her
addiction.
look crazy, because then she sits there and you can see, you can see in her eyes like she's holding it all in.
So
But
hold on. Just to
Mhm.
be clear, she came on. She knew exactly what she was coming on the reunion for. She didn't prepped for that. She had a season where she threw water in her cousin's face. She did bust him. She spilled all of Marceau's marbles, whether they played that girl's name or not. We know she's makeup artist. She said it all at the table. She never said anything else. She walks out. She sits on stage. She says that Tisha's delusional, and it was like pulling teeth to get her to say what is delusional about her. She would not.
Right. And the little bit is saying he was hesitant.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. Because when Carlos was like, well, she's asking, so you need to say what it is. I was like, well,
you don't need the script to spray the tea.
Right.
You don't need a script. Just tell the truth. Tell what you know.
But I think part of her struggle is she still wants them to think well of her.
Well,
they're not going to, they don't want a relationship with her.
It's too late.
They see her the way they see her. It's not going to change their opinion of her, but it's like she's still trying to salvage something with Letitia that probably is beyond salvaging.
Right. I just don't understand why she's holding back. Spray it. Letitia have said enough about her, disrespected her in every way. Spray it. Let everybody know what's going on. Stop holding back. And that really gets to me with Kiki. It really does. I got question marks behind her. Question mark.
But wait a minute.
So let's move on to
court. You think Kiki was prepared?
No, she was not prepared.
I don't think so either.
Not in the clip.
Not for today. Not for what Tisha said. She wasn't prepared. She was prepared to deal with what happened during the season.
Mentally.
But this is what I'm going to say, Ty. When she sat down, whether it was for the season or not, you have to listen. You got to be ready. You can't expect them to just ask you about questions on the show. That whatever happens at that reunion can go left, right, up, down in any second. So you got to be as honest as you possibly can, because it's going to be a lie that catch you up every single time.
Just tell the truth.
Right.
And you say, because nobody else said it. They played the clips. They said, so what do you think about these clips? And you had a hot season and blah, blah, blah. And you say, I think she's delusional. And then someone says, well, what do you think? What do you think is delusional about your cousin? The word delusional came from her mouth. And she goes, what everybody says. Well, what does everybody say?
Right.
Anything. Girl.
She was getting on my nerves with that. She was getting on my nerves with that. Like, Kiki.
That wasn't even a good 3 minutes. We still got to wait till next week.
Kiki. Like,
Okay, we're gonna go to Courtney. Hey, Miss Courtney, how are you? Thank you for waiting.
No problem. Thank you for having me up. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
I was coming up at first. Nobody had touched on it, but it's been touched on now. I was just
Okay.
going to come up about the Martell and Melody portion. You know, like on the Facebook groups, and a lot of women think Mel is lying. And I just want to say, you know, I was in a long-term
Lying
relationship
about
with him
what? Tell me.
about not having an orgasm,
Okay.
right? Or before, yes. And I was in a long-term relationship. I have 2 children from it. I was married. I was young, and I never did myself. So it's very true. I think a lot of women don't speak about it. I think, especially when you're young, and then, you know, as women, we're kind of taught to protect the male's ego. And when you're young, you may say things to try and, you know, you may suggest things in the bedroom. It may be taken, it may not be taken. But it's definitely, you know, it's something I've never spoken on really. You know, I've never told anybody I didn't with him. I was physically attracted to him. You know, I loved him. I won't say it was bad. Like in the bedroom, it was all bad. I just didn't have an O. So
Right.
it's very possible. I think people just think like, oh, that's a lie, that can never happen. Like, I think it, you know, from Mel saying it and, you know, me experiencing it, I think it happens more often than not. We just don't talk about it again from protecting the male's ego.
The majority of women do not.
Right.
The majority of women do not. And that's unfortunate.
And at 38, I would say it. I would tell my partner, this is what I like. You know, I'm not satisfied here or there. But as a younger woman, I wasn't there yet personally for myself. I wasn't there as a younger woman with children. And, you know, I was looking at other things that, like I said, it wasn't all bad either. It just wasn't a climax.
And Mel explained herself in ways that people can't. She's literally said,
I think
this is how you know when people are lying and when they're not. She thought the entire process. When people were shooting at her really quick, like, there's no way, Mel, you're not going to tell me it's no way, Tisha, it's my body. I know what I did and what I didn't do.
And I think Martell's response is a response that lets you know she's not lying.
Correct.
Because look how he was bouncing around. I know what I do. I know I got hook and a curve. I know you're like, how can you tell somebody like that they're not satisfying you without them going off the deep end?
Correct.
Like, how can you tell somebody like that, this is what I like, can we try this, without them thinking they already know everything?
And then my thing with Martell is he disrespect you. You know, he take you to bed, and then the next day he disrespects.
Like she said,
that's
like,
a turn off. That's a turn off for any woman. That's a turn off for any woman. You know?
It's the emotional part too. Like, if you're disrespecting me and then you think when we get in the bedroom it's going to be like fireworks. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. So I just wanted to get up and say that it's very possible. People have to stop just being so one-minded. Like, this is so far-fetched. I think it happens a lot more often than not.
I agree.
So I just wanted to, you know, shed light on that. Also, as far as Kiki and Tisha, I just want to say may Bessemer's best win.
Not Bessemer's best.
Yes, may Bessemer's best win. They're one and the same. One Wanda Jr. and Wanda the third going at it. Because the way he was acting on that live, baby, you got more Wanda than Tisha.
Listen, I'm telling you, child. I was like, whoa, you can tell they family, child.
You can tell, like, she's her auntie's niece.
That's right.
Like, she gave Wanda.
There's a lot of Wanda in here. Who did I see? I think Carlos had on his on one of the captions for the video. He called Tisha La Wanda.
Yes. Yesterday, I never go on Carlos's page unless I'm like leaving a comment. Like, I don't watch his stuff. I might hear something from a panel and go leave a comment and leave.
I swear I passed out.
But he was on. I caught the tail end of that live, and he was like, yeah, Tisha showing up. Wanda Jr., she called her LaWanda. So I left a comment under there, and I was like, and I know he read it because the chat, it was towards the end, and the chat was going real slow. And he was reading the comments when they were going fast. So I was like, so Tisha's going to be on the show speaking broken English and speaking broken English and acting like a gutter snipe. He read everybody's comment but mine. So, like, if that's what you want to give, Carlos, okay. But, you know.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know Wanda was such a staple on the Love and Marriage Huntsville platform, but okay.
Child.
So I thought the reunion was very good to me. I'm so ready for next week. I'm so ready to hear. I'm glad that Mel is actually pinpointing things in the court documents because we know Martell fished those around
For
social
sure.
media for a while. So I'm glad that they're calling Sheree out. I put in your chat. I know Sheree's on the phone with Andy trying to explain what the hell's going on after this
For
reunion.
sure.
So it was
Only
good to
reason
me.
why
I'm
that
ready for
man
next week.
walked off the way he did, there must be something that if it's exposed that he will he have to pay it back. I don't know.
Diana,
Yeah, he
Walked off
stormed off that stage like he was ready to go put tank
like
shorts
he
back
owed
on and go home.
money.
Diana.
Yes, ma'am.
Allegedly, did you hear? Allegedly, and this is alleged. Did you hear that he subpoenaed Marceau and Letitia as his character witness when he had that child custody case with Melody?
Yes, that's why I was saying maybe it has something to do with the subpoena paperwork.
Right, because they didn't show.
But they didn't show, right?
They didn't show up.
Someone
No.
had explained it. They said that they didn't have to show, but I know that the Fletchers did. But they said that they didn't have to. I don't know. I have to look that video back up because I think I did a live and there was someone who explained it on my live. But anyway, yes, ma'am, I did see that. I'm sorry, Miss Courtney, I cut you off. Did you have any?
No, I'm done. That was it. I thought the show, I give it a 9.5, 10. It was good to me. I'm ready for next week.
Me too.
Me too.
And I thought, for me and the look I like, I thought Mel was best dressed, had the best overall look. I thought everybody looked good except for Tisha. Tisha would have done better with the sleek ponytail or like a sleek bun from like 50s, with the finger waves on the side and push back into a bun. Something sleeker. She had too much going on with her makeup. Her makeup should have been a little more subtle because the dress was busy. Her hair, the makeup, and the dress, it was just
that outfit was horrifying.
Yeah, so it was too much. But I thought that was it. I didn't really have much that nobody has already offered.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, Miss Courtney. You can stay.
Thank you for having me up.
And I'm gonna let Journey to a Better You close us out. Hey, Miss Journey, how are you?
Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So I just have a few observations, and I could have missed this if someone already mentioned it, so I apologize. But I don't know if you paid attention when Carlos was going into everyone's rooms in the beginning, and he went into Martell's room. And he was like, well, nobody's cooking for you. And he was like, no. And I was like, I can't tell because the last time you went live with AC, or one of the past times, you were co-signing on her that she cooks for you every day. So that threw me off when he was like, no, nobody's cooking. And I'm like, well, he said side chick was cooking. So I'm confused.
Melody already exposed that because I know a lot of people were like, with the birthday thing with Destiny recently. I saw a lot of people in my chat saying Destiny was definitely being ignorant towards Mel. And I just want to remind everybody that Melody knows that Martell and that girl are together. Like, it's not a shock for her. She says on stage, that girl is there every day. My kids are there almost, right? And then this is Melody's week. And she said it's okay because she would have had to give him permission to take the kids for his birthday. There's no way she didn't know she was there. So we have to give Melody some credit. It's not like she was at home. It's not like she even gives a damn. You know what I mean? Like, your dad called, he's having a party. Y'all going to hit the Cheesecake Factory, okay? Let me know if y'all need me to pay for it, right?
Yeah. Also, the lighting to me for the reunion stage, the lighting is off. I felt like lighting sets a mood. And I don't know if it's because the background is different because it's real bright and like Easter egg, like spring colorish or something. But the lighting is off. And I think that the attire that everyone wears, I think if I'm thinking about it, maybe they were trying to go for like holiday colors, except like Stormi and her husband were in like a spring pink. And that kind of didn't mesh because if you look at like Mel's outfit, she's kind of giving New Year's. The people in red are giving like Christmas or whatever. Tisha, Tisha's a beautiful woman, but her choices in outfits and hairstyles together just don't go together. I didn't like the shoe with the dress. I thought that like a thin strappy heel would have went
Mhm.
better instead of that bulky silver
Right, those
silver
shoes
shoe.
was, oh,
And the pea green, although it looks good, it complements her skin. I was thinking like if they were going for that holiday, maybe like a deeper green. And I don't feel like Tisha is happy.
You don't think she's happy?
Because
Uh-oh,
weight, but I
we're
don't
losing
feel
you.
like she's happy.
Mhm.
And I would go out on a limb to say even maybe a little bit depressed there. Her husband is not supportive. He's not supportive, but I will say one thing about Marcel, although I'm not a Marcel fan, he don't sugarcoat how he feel about Tisha and whatever she does at all. Like he specifically said, without stuttering, anything outside of whatever we decided for the family, I am not supporting you doing.
Mhm.
Now I think personally, Tisha, he was okay with her getting those degrees as long as it helped the business, which is fine. A lot of people do that. However, I think that if she's really a quote unquote boss, she should have her own, what she's doing for her husband in his business, she should be doing that for other people. Like have her own company or her own services where she does the construction management or whatever it is that she does
Right.
for other companies, and maybe that would solidify her more as a boss. But she's still stuck in the mindset of allowing Marceau to play on her insecurities and to control her.
Right.
So I also don't like I don't like black women going against each other. But let me just say this. I was okay with Mel saying and Tisha still do your thing, but I wasn't okay with Mel saying Tisha still do your thing. Because I really want Mel not to care what they do. Like I don't want to necessarily have to go against you, but I also don't have to help. I know this probably sounds bad, but I don't have to help uplift you in an area when you are coming for me the way you are coming for me. But Mel
Right.
may see it as it was a Marcel thing and not necessarily a Tisha thing. But I don't really want Mel to be like really cool with any of those ladies on the stage anymore.
and don't
To
worry,
be honest, I don't trust none of them.
Letitia ain't gonna listen anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
She ain't gonna
I
listen.
don't
That's
trust
right.
them.
She showed not.
Also, I feel like
Please.
Kimmy's husband only responds to her when it's something sexual in nature. I don't feel like outside of that, he gives her any time of the day. She knows that that's what their foundation was built upon. So she's trying to keep that up. Now she's all about, well, I needed to. This is my choice as well. But I don't remember her saying that before. But I just don't, I feel like it's almost a mother child relationship sometimes.
Mhm.
Like she's guiding him along the way in everything. Because
It
some of the stuff he
definitely
should have
feels like
known.
that. It definitely
Yeah.
does feel
I
that way.
agree.
Now, I
And
will
for
say this because I watched the Bell Collective
mhm,
reunion the other day on Friday night. Every
mhm,
one of those ladies, their makeup, their dresses, everything, even the
mhm.
lighting, the decor, those big flowers they had on
Yeah.
the floor, they were amazing. They had a stunning set, and every one of those ladies looked amazing under the light. So when you said that the lighting could have affected them, I thought about that because the
Yeah.
lighting can drown you out. And I know that those ladies are various shades of brown. So I'm not sure why they didn't get the set right for Love and Marriage, but I did think that that lighting was harsh.
Yeah. I think if I'm not mistaken, I thought the background was more like a red brick before,
Uh-huh.
like the city Huntsville scape or something. Now it just looks like a bright blue, and then you have the pink chairs in the back. It looks more springy, and then their clothes, like I guess Stormy and them outfit go with the background, but everybody else look like they're kind of variation of a holiday
I think
theme
they
or
change
something.
the background every year, but they all
Okay.
this is their second time doing the reunion in October, knowing that it's gonna air like,
Yeah.
January. So
That
they're aware of that. I'm just not sure why they don't have a color scheme. And I think last time they may have. It looked like they did last time. It looked
okay.
like they were all wearing
But
some form of blue.
Yeah, I agree with you so much regarding the lighting and the background because I actually have it running on my TV now too. But it's
Mhm.
blue. It almost looks like a morning talk show back,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
they're and they don't have a color scheme. So so
Yeah.
say like Stormy's pink goes with it more than anyone else. Although I don't think that Stormi and her husband's light pink goes with the rest of the cast.
Right. I agree. The other thing that an observation that I made, and this is just on Kiki, I'm kind of like 50-50 on Kiki because I'm gonna she done made me mad, but then I'd be like rooting for her because I'd be feeling like they be ganging up on her, but then she done made me mad again. But Kiki this is just my own thing. I feel like Kiki protects Tisha because one, she still loves her cousin, and I almost feel like she's taken on a mother role with Tisha in the past. Because if you remember, Tisha always talked about how her mom never told her she loved her, she showed her. And then Kiki was like the older cousin that helped her get all of the opportunities to where she was. So it's almost like her when she said, well, I kind of took care of Tisha emotionally. If she didn't have a boyfriend, then I'm the person that surprised her with cards and gifts and all of that. When I started dating my husband, she moved in with me. She got jealous because she felt like we were spending too much time without her. So I feel like there's still love there, but I almost want Kiki to also you can love people from afar. Like, I don't feel like you'll ever have your place in that family where you had it before. Now, I'm not saying she needs to spill all her family secrets, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm not about to let somebody just tear me down and be saying all this stuff about me. And I don't take no jabs back at you. That's just me. Now, when Tisha said something about you cheated on your husband cheated on you multiple times, to me, that has no basis because we're not talking about Kiki and her husband marriage. It has never been like an issue or a topic. And saying you even had him go out with somebody when y'all first met. Well, she said they met in college. So that's like bringing something from way, way long time ago that you're making relevant now. That doesn't make any sense to me either. And I want Carlos to ask the questions and get the answers. I want him to because I don't feel like I'm with Kiki. I didn't break the pact if you came to me afterwards and approach me about something about your marriage. And then when I told you I was going to go find out, now all of a sudden you didn't like how deep I was going in to find out if it was true. Because my thing is, as a woman, you shouldn't have gone to Kiki. You should have went straight to the makeup artist yourself and found out what the deal was. But you going to Kiki, and I feel like when she went to Kiki, her husband didn't know she went to Kiki at first. So when Kiki was trying to get in touch with her to tell her what she found out, I feel like at that time, Marcel probably was like, well, where are you going? And then she told him everything and he was like, no. I do feel like Marcel sabotages Tisha's relationships because like he said, he wants her to depend on him and be just what she is in the house while he's doing whatever he's going to do. She's going to have to make a decision to break out for herself, but she's going to not have to attack everybody else and take the responsibility that the way it's moving is because of how you and your husband are moving. I just feel like she should just have her own business doing what she does because it's been way too many years she's been asking for an office. And the last thing that I don't know if anybody mentioned, but when they went for their break and he was like, listen, you talking about this Black Expo, but you're going to need to step up as a boss. You can't say I'm a boss with it. And then when it's time to do it again, you're not stepping up. And she was like, I am a boss. I don't understand why she's so focused on being a boss. If you want to be a housewife, be a housewife. Although I feel like that's Marceau telling her that. That's
No,
not
Chuck,
really
wants
what she wants.
She had two little problems that happened to her. The thing with the website and the Black Expo. And she said, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Child, being a business owner is 24 hours a day.
Right. And the casino night, Diana.
Right.
Huh?
And the casino night.
Oh,
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Those three things happened, and she literally folded like dominoes.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't believe her.
No, me neither.
Who is
But
that?
you know,
Who
the
is that
last
Yeah,
caller,
well,
caller.
we'll have to
Diana?
see what's gonna happen on the next one.
Episode. Yep.
I feel like if they're not gonna, I don't know. I feel like Kiki should have branched out on her own and started talking about her, her journey through sobriety and everything. I don't feel like she's ready for. She's not prepared for what they have in store for her
We should
at
accept
all.
where she is right now as her journey. What we're seeing
Yeah,
is her journey. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what she can't walk us through steps that she's not in. She's literally in the step of anger management, counseling, and trying to figure out who to be in
Mm,
the space that she's in right
in
now.
this room. Yeah.
yeah. But she should just leave her cousin's life and marriage alone. I do feel like she is hurt. I feel like when Tisha met Marceau and Kiki had her boyfriend in college, um, she probably was happy that Tisha, had somebody. That way she could tend to what she was doing. And I do feel like she said she always felt like Marceau was a brother. I do feel like the more that Kiki was doing and bringing Tisha along to better herself, he did exactly he even before I'm saying even before I don't feel like it started with the drugs with Kiki. I feel like that relationship with her and Kiki was something that he never was like anybody that's trying to elevate his wife beyond what he wants her to be, he's gonna throw something out there to make her think something else. That's just kind
I
of like how
agree.
I look at
I
it.
agree.
So
So this is what I
I
want
don't know.
y'all to do. If you have not watched it already, I need you to watch Color Me Pink interview with Kiki Jabar and Crystal XO interview with Kiki Jabar. Both
Okay.
of them will give you a little more insight on the relationship with Tisha and Marceau. It was not all bad. At one point, I think she is asked if she would ever make amends with them, and she said, if they came to apologize or I would definitely be okay with that because that's not what she wanted. She did not want she didn't want to sever her relationship with them.
Exactly.
They have done it, but she did not want that.
Mm-hmm.
And
We all know how Tisha is. She
Yeah.
standing on bullshit.
Well, I'll definitely be looking. I'm
so,
waiting for Mel and Martell's part to see what little drummer boy done strutted off the stage for.
yeah.
I'm waiting to see
So we
what
got
that's about.
two more parts. I heard something about them meeting earlier this week. I think maybe the next day after Martell had made his ultimatum to his
Mm,
boss, his public ultimatum. Yeah, we'll see. If
yeah,
according to Carlos, he was like, listen, don't be blaming me because
Right.
right,
your butt chewed up by you know who.
Right.
right.
Dirty bird.
Well, I just wanted to make a quick comment on one of the points that the last person made about Letitia, that she should have gone to get the information herself and not sent Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you, but I also think that in doing so, that's still her way of being in denial, because she has someone else
Yeah,
bringing it to her. She can choose to accept it, or she can continue to act like it's not true.
yeah,
If she
Oh,
has it in front of her, it makes it more real. And I think all along, even though she may have asked the question, she doesn't really want to know what he's doing.
she didn't ask
Kiki,
that
she
question.
yeah,
told Kiki that was a deal
Asked,
breaker. Kiki should
asked
have told
Kiki,
her no.
she asked Kiki to fire her makeup artist. The
Mm-hmm.
initial conversation was, fire your makeup artist. She is spreading rumors about my husband. Kiki's
Mm-hmm.
response was, what are you talking about? And let me get to the bottom of it. And when I get to the bottom of it, I'll come back with an answer for you. But let me put this up here so y'all can see it. Tisha came to me and said that my makeup artist was responsible for spreading these rumors. I told her I would try to find out what was going on, and she said, okay. When I got the info, I went directly to her. She didn't show, and I wasn't pressed to keep calling her every day to come get the
Exactly.
information. So we have to keep that in
Mm-hmm.
mind. Tisha just said, fire your makeup artist. They had a little
Mm-hmm.
chat where it sounds like Kiki offered
Mhm.
to look into it.
But
But
that
even though
also
she
says,
offered,
but
even
that
though
also
she
says
offered,
that,
she was aware of it. She made it seem like at the barbecue thing that she didn't know that Kiki was gonna go and get the information.
Well, here's
To
the
mhm,
me,
I think
mhm,
for me, for me, when you say that you're going to fire your makeup artist, that means Tisha already knew what the rumor was, and she
mhm,
was willing to fire her makeup artist. Her makeup artist was still employed, so that lets you
hmm
know that she doesn't believe anything beyond that. She believed Marceau. She just came to say your makeup artist is shit to me.
mhm.
Kiki
when
said,
Kiki said it, she should have said, when she said I'll find out, she should have said, no, you don't have to find out. Because that would have made Kiki not
or
have to come
Kiki could
back
have
to
said,
her.
I'm 40 plus years old and our
Right.
relationship has already been messed up because of it. So I'm not going to
hmm
do that extra bit. What she could have said
Mhm,
was, I'm gonna find out what my makeup artist, how my makeup artist participated. She didn't have to do anything more than that.
mhm.
I
Exactly.
agree.
Yeah,
I
she
agree.
really
But
didn't.
Kiki,
She
but
didn't have to question her.
Tisha's used to going to Kiki to help her find stuff. Remember with the
Yes.
midday work surprise? She said,
Mhm.
me and
That's
Kiki
right.
researched it. She's used to people cobbling her and helping her with those things. So I feel like she has a history of when something went down, because something went down one time in college and she said they went and got the information. She's used to Kiki being her go-to person. Kiki has to be the person to
Exactly.
say,
Very dependent
no,
on
I'm not gonna do that. Right, right.
And in my opinion with Kiki, I mean, my opinion with Letitia, no matter what you tell her, she's not leaving Marceau. Come
right.
on now. Marceau done did more
Right.
than enough where she should have been left Marceau. So she's not leaving Marceau. Melody told her, get a babysitter for your kids and go down to the bar 3, 4 in the morning to see what this man is doing. And you will see what
hmm
this man is doing. Letitia ain't
Right.
gonna leave Marceau. She can walk in on him.
Right. She didn't come to Kiki to find out if Marceau was cheating. She came to say anybody who's saying Marceau is cheating needs to go away.
Right.
That's
Mhm.
all she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That's it.
true.
She's not leaving him. I don't care what she can walk
That's
in on him.
true.
She still ain't leaving.
And
So
that
it
was
doesn't
why
matter.
she didn't answer Kiki's calls, because she did not want to know any more details. Or like you said, maybe at that point she had discussed it further with Marcel, and he said, don't talk to her about it. But
Further,
their whole goal was to
when
squash the
the guy
rumor. They
realized,
wanted to squash the rumor.
what was his name, Bugs, when he
Mhm.
realized that his conversation could go someplace else without his control, he called Tisha and
hmm
told himself. So that's what
Yeah.
killed the whole thing. So you just gotta, you have to decide at what point you're going to be used. There's no other way
Mhm.
to do it.
Right. That's
You
true.
Mhm.
got to decide how far you're going to let someone use you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Exactly.
true.
But if
Well,
I
they
do
need
this
to
for my
go with
cousin,
this
she gonna let me back
storyline
in.
of the cheating. I'm sick of it, honestly. And I feel like if they can't come up with another storyline, then they need to go. Because
Okay.
I
like
agree.
it's too much. It's
How
overdone.
ain't gonna leave him anyway. So what's the point?
Exactly. I have no interest in Marceau's cheating and that whole storyline. It's a waste of time.
Right.
Like, get back to what the show was supposed
A
to
pre-
be
Pretty
about.
much.
right. Just
That's
like her
all I
pregnancy
have.
storyline was a waste too.
Oh my God.
I don't need to see nothing to
Talk
know
about
he
them
was doing
lawsuits.
it.
Yep.
So
Okay, y'all. We have been on for almost 2.5 hours. Yeah. Bringing in the Sunday morning. Okay. So I am going to wrap this up now, but you guys have been a fantastic panel. You always are. Okay. So I appreciate everyone who came up and gave their thoughts and opinions about the reunion tonight, because it was really good. You guys had really great points. We are all interested and excited to see what is going to go down to next week, not tomorrow. Next week, I will probably go live to talk about what was I talking about? Bell Collective, because Bell Collective was fire. I really like that show. But everybody who came up on the panel to spend your Saturday night with me, thank y'all so much. I appreciate every single one of your opinions. All of the people who show up on my panel is always so smart and knowledgeable. It is amazing. You guys are also really funny too. I appreciate everyone who was in the chat hanging out with us tonight. Okay. Everybody who became members or who have become subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you to all of the moderators who stuck it out with me, because I know that y'all was here for a long time too. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ty. Please hit that like button on your way out. Okay. Join the panel. Thank you, Miss Cookie. It's a great conversation as usual. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you, Miss Nola. Hit that button on your way out. Thanks for joining the panel and the chat. Every single one of y'all. We will do it again very, very soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate y'all. Bye-bye.